What's happening, lads? Before we start this week's episode of the Have a Word podcast, do us a favour, make sure you're following us on all social media. We are at Have a Word Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And on top of that, don't forget to go and subscribe to the Patreon page, patreon.com/haveawordpod. Early access to these episodes, an extra episode just for you lot every single week on Patreon. And don't forget those monthly specials, of which there are 40 plus now. They're basically a movie every single month. Patreon.com/haveawordpod. Enjoy the episode. It's a belter.
Wag wag, leads. You're listening to the funniest podcast in the game. From the heart of Liverpool, with Adam, Dan, Sensei Carl, and Finn. This is the one and only Have a Word.
Brought to you by Manscaped, the very best products on the market for below-the-waist grooming.
Go, Ed. Get on me.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
You okay?
Right,
Have you just noticed them?
What?
Hello. Hello, you're awake from your coma?
Yeah.
All right.
This is a nice gilet.
No, it's not. You don't like it. But I feel cold.
I don't mind it.
I don't mind it.
That's all right. It's not for you.
I am a gilet man now.
Oh.
I got a really light grey one to go to Australia
It's a
with.
gillet, innit?
A gilet.
A gilet?
Light grey gilet.
An Australian gilet?
No, I got it from Reese in Liverpool 1
Nice.
to go to Australia in.
What was the thinking there? Oh, it's winter in Australia, isn't it? Sort of.
Not really. It's the start of, it's like spring.
Is it? Okay.
Opposite.
But the thinking
You
was,
learn, can't
Dan,
you? Learn
I
as you
wanted
go.
to look stylish
Right.
on the plane.
Welcome to my
You know?
world.
And I took inspiration from you.
Did you wear your tracky bottoms on the plane?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wore an
Have you ever
all-
tried denim?
Not on a plane. I did. I wore denim on a plane yesterday
What?
to Belfast, and someone messaged me and was like, "What are you, jeans on a plane, lad? Bit of a hypocrite, aren't you?" It's a 25-minute flight.
It's like getting a bus in jeans. What are you doing? In a taxi in jeans.
You went to Belfast?
Went to Belfast.
Are you allowed to say why?
Yeah, I think I was allowed to say why the other day because they tagged me in an Instagram story. I just didn't share it. I opened for Anthony Jeselnik, and I mean, by the time this even goes out on Patreon, I imagine there'll be a photograph somewhere because I'm
Right.
doing London and Manchester with him.
How's Jesselnik?
Dead sound, you know, like just dead sound. And I just watched them. I only got to watch the first 10 minutes of the show last night because there was a fucking flight back. By the way, being able to fly back from what is technically a different country to Liverpool, like 3 hours later than you would be able to get back from our capital city, London, is not right, is it? Like, I should be able to get back from London as late as I can get back from Belfast on a plane. Like 11 p.m. So I did me set. He had another opener, Kelly Ryan, who was fucking brilliant. And then she brought him up. And I had to leave at like 9:15 to get to Belfast City Airport for just after, Belfast International Airport for just after 10. Flight home at 11. But because everyone was on the plane, they just took off at 20 to 11. They were like, that's everyone on. There's about 20 people on the plane. They went, so, like, the captain come over, he's like, you know, technically we're supposed to wait and see if anyone buys any last minute tickets, but I don't see that happening. So as soon as we get a little wave from the gate people here, we're just gonna take off.
You're living a mad life, aren't you? If it's fucking 10:30 at night and you're in Northern Ireland and go, let's just go to Liverpool. Aye.
In half an hour.
I think he had to wait for the
On a
time where it
Tuesday
says
night.
on boarding passes like gate closes. So gate, you know, normally it says like gate closes at 20 to your flight time, but that's actually just before it opens, really. It closed at 20 to 11 and we took off like 3 minutes later. And so I was meant to take off from Belfast at 11 o'clock and we landed in Liverpool John Lennon Airport at 11:15. So it was
So sick.
oh, it was class.
When we went away for Will Stag, everyone was on the plane. It was really noticeable. You know when you're like, everyone got on. There was just, and the pilot came on and went, thanks for all getting on board so swiftly. We'll get off then. You're like, nice
Why
one.
can't we all do that?
Just
every
a
time?
really grown up flight. And then you look back and you're like, we were the youngest people on the flight by a stretch. It was a older demographic going to Porto, but they're all just ready to go. And then takes off on
Flying
time.
from Ireland coupled with landing in Liverpool it doesn't get better because you can take off and then an hour later in your couch.
Yeah, it was.
insane.
A very efficient trip. I flew out at 3 p.m, 3:15, and was home by 11:15.
Beautiful. And Liverpool Airport know what they're doing, don't they?
just the go.
With the old Dublin flights. Hey, you're coming from a different country, but they're all cousins. You don't need to check
But yesterday was
passports.
Belfast.
In you
I
go.
didn't show
That's-
anybody my ID at any point yesterday.
What?
I didn't show my ID.
Well, you
till
don't need a passport.
But
It's mad you don't check. They should be checking ID, shouldn't they, for a flight?
Where?
Wow.
Because getting on the plane, all they do is check your boarding pass. And going through security, it's all just scan yourself and fuck off now, innit?
Super.
I got on a plane with no bag. I just went like in me clothes with a phone charger in my pocket.
It's unbelievable.
I don't think I could leave for an airplane without a bag. I'd be like, something's wrong.
No, I'd have a bag, an empty bag, just so I knew that I had a bag.
I came back with
For
a
the
bag
mementos.
Yeah.
because I bought some underwear in Belfast. Well, I've let my washing mount up, and I don't have any underwear.
The Romanians retired. I cannot do it anymore.
I'm gonna blow a laundrette up when I go in, not on purpose, but I have got 140,000 pairs of underwear that need washing right now. It's pathetic.
Yesterday,
The house is up the wall because we're getting worked on again.
yesterday I had all white, and I mean all white, from the band to the pant, all white Calvin Kleins on.
You fucking, you absolute edgelord. Are you mad?
Do you know why? Because they were literally the only pair of undies in me drawer. So they've been sat there. Because I reckon what's happened with them is, right, I've got, one of those multi-packs someone's bought me, and there's like one white pair in them.
Black, white, grey.
And I've gone, nah,
You're not
never.
wearing them.
But they're in me drawer, aren't they?
Oh, you have to be a confident IBS sufferer to whip those bad boys on.
Nobody can wear white underwear. Nobody.
I can't.
You could scrub your ass with a fucking Karcher and you're getting skids in them.
Women do though.
Women get skids
Women wear
in them.
white underwear.
Women are famous
Women don't
for
have arseholes, don't
incredible sphincter control, though. It's, and they're lucky. Lucky.
Fuck me, mate. White.
A G-string? Oh,
Like,
You got
I
on a
put-
plane in white underwear.
Well, it was either that, Carl, or have me cock out. And which one would you do?
Me, I go commando more than you will ever know.
what?
Genuinely.
Are you commando
What?
right now?
No.
Okay.
But it's one of my last F&F pairs.
Right.
You down to the Sainsbury's
Down
own?
to Tesco. Down
Oh,
to Tesco's
Tesco.
own, yeah.
What's Sainsbury's? George's Asda.
Yeah. But
Yeah, I love it.
I'm down to the bottom of the barrel. But I go commando 3 out of the 7 days of the week.
T2. TU.
Seneca didn't know that either.
Well, I can't do that. I'd be worried about me cock rubber on my jeans.
No, I don't wear in jeans. That's wild.
Well, then I needed underwear, and they were just there, and they were looking at me like, pick me, boss. Put me in, I'm ready to go.
Spotless, it's never been
You
worn.
can shit all over me, boss.
And I literally, I put them on, and I landed in Belfast, and I was like, right, well, I'll go and get some dinner. So I took myself a bite to eat, and then I was like, what am I going to do tomorrow?
Were they full of shite, by the way?
I've got to be honest with you, I took them off this morning, and I couldn't even, bear the thought of checking. Because I was like,
Straight.
God knows. I don't think so. I don't remember, having a particularly sticky one. But I'm just not looking. Do you know what I mean?
In my head, they're just full of shite. The front and everything. It's a risky
So,
move.
yeah. So I had a bag coming back. But I only got to watch the first 10 minutes of Jesselnick, but he's so got what he does down to an absolute, a mastery of it. Jokes that are, lean towards the offensive, and then as the show goes on, blow right through that wall and upset as many people as he possibly wants to.
With a rhythm and a timing that doesn't always feel like jokes. There's some people that do those bits and they're like, oh, it's just a bit. It's a weird one with Jesselnick because there's such control. It's so unlike my stand-up. It's masterful. Apparently he was doing a taping of something, and the guy was like, where do I need to, they were doing, when they record a special and there was 3 in a row. And on the third one, he was like, oh, where do I, for the cuts in and everything, just let me know where I need to be or if I'm getting anything wrong. And the guy who was basically directing it was like, you've been at the exact same point twice perfectly. He's got this amazing, and then he takes 2 steps right. And it's just the way he talks, the way he delivers stuff. It's so controlled. Just those pauses that if you do them badly, I think makes stand up painful. When someone doesn't know what they're doing, I find it really cringy and forced. And then a guy like Jesselnik's a master of it. I love watching him. He's so unlike me, but he's brilliant.
He was just so good, but he was so sad. Like, so
I know what you're talking about.
There's 2 dressing rooms, and they give obviously and they're both quite big. So they put me in one, and Anthony and his other like the girl who's traveling the world with him, Kelly, like in the other one. And they like, do you know like, you haven't done any American tour sports, have you?
No.
So the local show managers are always like, oh, we've got to make sure that the artist is okay. Like, let's protect them from every possible. Like, they're so nervous around them, and I don't really know why. Like, before I did the Bill Bear one years ago, like I was told, you know, he's got a tour manager called Kenny, and you just need to be like really respectful and careful. And I was like, right. And then I got talking to them, and they were like dead sound. And Kenny texted me a week after the gigs and was like, "You being paid? Let me know if you need any help getting paid, because I'll sort that out immediately." Just like the soundest fella.
They're the opposite of what they're billing them as.
So like she was great as well. She was really lovely, but she's just like this bag of nerves with the big international clients. She was like, "Adam, I need to take you down to your dressing room." And Anthony just goes, I mean, you can just come and hang out with us if you want. Like, don't be sitting in there on your own. Come and talk to us. And they were having like lunch that they, you know, got delivered in. And he's just sat eating it, just talking to me and just being dead sound. It's just like
every big show I do, like, you know, you mentioned this a couple of months ago. I've started noticing these gigs coming in the last year. Now I'm not on tour. Like, I'm doing the Fiend shows, but that's not quite the same. I'm getting these like profile gigs where the money's noticeable and you're in a bigger theatre and there's like 3 other comics, and they always give you your own dressing room, like, and this is you, and this is you, and that's you. And you're like, but that's not how comics want to be.
No.
Because we all started on the circuit, and that little bit of camaraderie makes it more human.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to sit in a fucking dressing room on your own. But the people running it, like, that's what they want because they're the stars of the show. Comics just want to sit and chat shit a bit.
Class. Well, yeah, I'm going to do the Hammersmith Apollo with them on Thursday and the Manchester Apollo on Friday. And very excited. Both unbelievable rooms. And
who do you want of all these American comics? If I said, right, next year there's some big comics coming over and you can have 3. So I know you're doing fucking bits, but like, if you could support 3 acts that were coming to the UK from America, which would be
I
the ones
don't want to sound like a dick, but I don't know whether there's any left. I don't think there's 3 left.
He's done Gillis. He's done.
I've done.
Theo Von,
I've opened for like my sort of like resume of American comics that I've got to work with now, like on that scale, and not Schultz, Gillis, Bill Bear, Chappelle, Theo Von.
We're down to Segura.
Jesselnik. Yeah, Segura.
Would you take the Louis one now, or is it a poison chalice?
Be sick though, wouldn't it?
It's the Louis thing. I don't even know whether it's worth us getting too into this on the pod, because it's so weird how his career's gone since that. Because in America, amongst the comedy industry, certainly as an outsider looking in now, it appears like it's all just like penance paid, crack on. And like all the comics who have always loved him and respected him as a, like, you know, one of the best to ever do it, have now gone, yeah, he's going to continue to work. Like, he's probably not going to have another show on FX, but like, there's no one, you know, chanting to get his shows cancelled when he's playing Madison Square Garden or releasing specials.
And also, no one controls their own content like Louis.
No.
He's incredible how he has a huge mailing list that he's been building up for fucking 20 odd years, and he sells his own specials now. I mean, he does have them on like platforms and everything, but he's done such a good job of owning his own shit and like getting it out to his fans.
There's female comics in America who now open for Louis. And, you know, there's Sarah Silverman, when it all came out, was like, Louis wanked in front of me. Like, but he asked. And when I said no, he didn't do it. Like, he's literally said to Sarah Silverman, can I do this? And sometimes I'll be like, yeah, go on. And then other times I'll be like, no, I'm not in the mood, fuck off. And he just didn't. So
I'd want my own dressing room. Just to let you know.
Like, but over here, I've got female friends who are comics who are like disgusted by the idea of him. And like, it'd be an interesting one. I'd love to, you know, work with him on a.
It'd be easy in America.
No,
Would it?
no, it's not even that. Like it, because I think anyway, you know, if you're going to upset like a friend and colleague of yours by working with someone they've got, you know, legitimate claims, because you got to remember there's going to be women who you're friends with in this industry who have been sort of like, you know, had someone in a position of power put like, you know, them in a certain position and then threaten to ruin their career if they tell anyone about it. And they'll be so, like, that'll be so triggering. And
You might
like,
not even know about it.
you'd never know about
Yeah.
it. So, you know, there's considerations to be made. But yeah, no, I'd do it. And
John
I'd
Mulaney?
apologise. John Mulaney, I'd love to. Yeah, John Mulaney's probably, to be actually honest, like, he's probably number 1 or 2 with Segura. And yeah,
Bo Burnham if he ever tours again.
I don't think I'd be right to open for Bo
I'd
Burnham.
love to go and see Bob Burnham live. Oh my
I would
God.
as well.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Please start again.
I tell you what, you should both watch Leo Reich. I know I mentioned him last week.
Yeah.
Because I've watched them again since. It's on like Now TV and Sky. It's a HBO special, so Sky get it over here. And it's called Literally Who Cares? And, you know, it's a bit of a sort of coming of age stand-up special about a young gay lad, although he claims to identify as bisexual in the special, but I'll let you watch it and see whether you think he's just joking there. I don't want to speak for him because I don't know Leo at all. He is so clearly influenced by Bo Burnham, and not just in, there's like 3, 4 or 5 musical pieces throughout the hour and they're very short. And they scream Bo Burnham to me, but it's his little inflections as he's doing the actual stand-up. And maybe like on lunch I'll put it on and then you can watch a bit of it, because it is as funny an hour of stand-up as I've watched in a long time. So I watched...
What's it called, sorry?
He's called Leo Reich.
Yeah.
R-E-I-C-H. And the special is called Literally Who Cares? I watched it on the plane back from Australia. And then the other night, me and Alfie went out for a pint after his Chester show. And when we got... No, the night before his Chester shows. Sorry. And he stayed in ours because they've got the house. But he... By the way, Alfie... And we've booked Alfie back in, by the way, so you can stop asking when he's coming on. He'll be on in a few weeks. We were in the pub, me, Alfie and Jack. We went for a bite to eat and had a little tour reunion and a couple of pints. And I was like, so what have you bought for the house today? Because that's what he was in Liverpool for. And he was like, bought a mattress topper, a kettle, tea bags, couple of mugs, you know. So basically I can have a cup of tea and have someone round, and, you know, we've got a chair there already. So, and I went, have you got a bed? And he was like, oh, that arrives tomorrow. And I was like, so what are you doing tonight? He's like, I'm just going to sleep on the floor. I was like, what are you talking about? Stay in ours? He was like, no, the mattress is getting delivered at 10 a.m, so I've got to be in for that. And I was like, I'll be up before that, and I'll drive you home. But what, you've got a spare bed
round the corner.
9.
So when we got...
When are they planning to move? Like, they're moving to Liverpool. When is that actually? It's ages off.
When they get their kids into a school, they're happy their kids are going into.
All right, okay.
So it's either going to be January for the last term of the year, or it's going to be next summer for the new school year.
Right, okay.
But when we got back to mine, we'd had, you know, 4 or 5 pints, and neither of us were ready for bed. So I was like, let's just watch 15 minutes of Leo's special. And we both watched the whole thing. And when we got to the end of it, he was like, that's really good, isn't it? I was like, you'd say it's really good. I think it's genuinely brilliant, because I think if we'd put on a Bill Burr special, we might be sitting here and admiring it more, but we wouldn't have laughed as much as we've just laughed at that.
Oh, totally. The first time you watch something is a weird one, isn't it? Where by the time you love someone, by the time you've been following them for a year and a half, or you've talked about them on the podcast, or you've watched, you're the same as a punter who comes to see us live. They're already going, I fucking love these from the pod, and they're into it from the first minute. That first raw dog watch, if you're getting big laughs on that watch, that counts for a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That you've never really bought into the person.
It's so good. And speaking of predators who shouldn't be allowed to make a comeback, have you seen Philip Schofield's back on telly next week?
He is on an island for 10 days.
Have you seen
Epstein
it?
Island, though.
Pedo Island.
No, it's not
fine.
Epstein Island.
They've made it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
So they're calling it Castaway, right? And they've put Philip Schofield on an island on his own with no crew, just a few cameras to record himself.
And they're just fucked off.
And they've gone, right, fend for yourself for a bit and just talk about like what you've been through.
They're giving
Groomed a kid?
They're giving him a chance to, like, explain himself, kind
But
of.
why?
No, it's bollocks.
What's he got on like TV bosses? Because he must have something. because there's no way he should be allowed to make this comeback.
It's whether people allow him to.
But you've got to think people are going to watch it, and it's not ITV anymore. He's on Channel 5.
It's clever to book him, innit? You're gonna want to watch it.
It's massive news.
I just think it's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, but the media in this country is disgusting on the main, isn't it? Really, to be honest.
I think it's hilarious. I think the absolute brazen nature of it.
Put up Peter Ireland.
Yeah, he's literally got cancelled for grooming a kid, and like because of that, called a paedophile, which obviously he isn't actually a paedophile, but that is just what we call people who do anything that is anything remote.
And then done the thing you just said with Louis C.K., threatened people and used his position of power to threaten anyone that worked at the TV studio or on Good Morning Britain to make sure no one was saying anything. That's all fine.
Channel 5 have gone, right, Epstein had an island. How much can we push this? Let's put him on an island on his own. No kids, right? No kids. I'm going to insist on that, actually.
We are going to have to do
kids on the island.
Phil, before we go, we're just going to scour the island again for kids. Because this is all, we're already taking a risk here at Channel 5.
No, they should,
but that would be
saying,
awful.
Put 3 kids and go, this is the one thing we didn't want to happen. There's just kids on the island everywhere.
It would actually be like really funny, right? If they didn't tell Philip Schofield that there was like snipers in the trees, right? And they're just like, no, you're on your own. But then they do just release like 5 teenage boys and they see how long it is before he tries to fuck one of them. And the second he does, they just shoot him in the head. I'd watch that. I'd watch that.
The Hunger Games, but for them, that kind of person.
The Horner Games.
I feel like his agent might have something to say about that. Eh? Just contractually.
Don't tell his agent.
Don't tell his agent.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Clever.
I think the teenage.
My
I think
client
the teenage
didn't consent to this. Well, look how the turntables have turned, eh?
He's dead now, so
I think the teenage boys would batter him. I think that's how that would go.
He'd probably love that, the big fucking nonce.
It'd be Lord of the Flies, just twatting fucking Philip Schofield.
No, be a paedophile. Would you?
Would you go to Pedo Island on your own? Just talk about what you've been through.
No, if they said
nightmare.
10 days, fend for yourself. I'm guessing they've planted some like fucking Mars bars in the sand and stuff. But
Look at this. A naturally occurring Mars bar.
Oh, fuck, it's out of date.
Water, sparkling. No, not for me.
And I'm wearing white boxers. I couldn't possibly.
Would you do it 10 days? I reckon I'd do it and eat it, but I'd like to see how much you ate it.
I think I'd do it. I think I'd thrive.
I'm the king of this island now.
Listen, don't take this the wrong way. You're the biggest pack animal I know. I really made sure that I got all of those noises in the right order.
I am a pack animal. I am learning that about myself. Once a week, I need you to leave me alone so I can go and have a scroll and do a big poo, right? But apart from that,
Right.
I need to be with my friends and people that I like.
Oh, I'm 6 times a week and then once.
Same.
Yeah.
You like go out socially and you're like, hey, and that's enough. I'll go away. Leave me alone for 6 days.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're the opposite end of the scale.
Yeah.
But that alone time is shared with Seneca too. But sometimes I'm like, now we need extra alone time when you're not even there.
So fuck off.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
I think 10 days on an island just talking to a GoPro might be a bit much though. You know? Like I've said it on here. Like I've got you lot, which is like another family. I've got my actual family. I love having a bit of time on my own. I had to go to the dentist yesterday and I accidentally had been booked in for this scan at the wrong one. There's 3 of them and I thought it was the Ellesmere Port one, which was handy. And it was Denbigh, which is about a 40-minute drive. And I just went anyway because I wanted a bit of time in the car on my own. It was great.
You did this in Laura's
like, that's not
You
good,
came
is
on
it?
holiday with us and was like, do you know what, lads? Really good to be on a lads' holiday. What I actually wanted was a solo holiday. So I booked myself a new hotel on the beach and I'll see you.
Only for half of it, you know? And also, you were welcome down in the
You
beach.
got in the hotel pool an hour before we were flying home
Yeah.
for the first time.
And went, this is
listen,
nice.
You can keep saying all of these things, and I had a great holiday that holiday. It was phenomenal. I didn't need mates. I just got Chinese women trying to rub my feet. Ow.
I remember telling Alfie how much I hate the solitude of touring when you can't afford like a support act and a tour manager.
Grim.
But Alfie was like, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, I've got 4 children and a naggy missus. And like, I'm quite happy for the fucker. He's like, when I get booked for the tour show, and I'm like, oh, York, is it? Car hire, is it?
I don't think you need to go to Falkirk, Alfie. Yes, I fucking do.
Yeah, 10 days on an island though. You find out who you are, wouldn't you? Properly.
I think I'd find out that I'm not a fussy eater.
Yeah.
I think, when I'm like,
That'd
I don't
help.
like that. I don't like, wait till I'm
You'd be like, do you know what? It might be out of date, but I'm having that Mars bar.
Gravy.
prefer a Snickers. Yeah,
If you
great.
find gravy on the
Island
would you
gravy?
eat it?
Got the island gravy. That
Island
sounds like cum,
gravy.
doesn't it? Does it?
Poo.
Oh, does
Sounds
it?
like
Sounds like
spicy.
poo.
Harry, you were telling us before we
Full of
started
island
that
gravy.
you have never had gravy at all. You're a bit of a Dan with food.
Yeah, well, I grew up like Dan, and then I grew up matured. And ate
Wigan
little
man
bit.
who doesn't like gravy. And a
Wait,
Preston
I
man.
must have been. I mean, I must have been like 12 before I had like pasta and that kind of stuff. I used to eat like cheese and crackers.
Yeah.
But
For your
I've never-
tea.
Yeah, I used to be like dead skinny.
Cheese and crackers.
But I never had. I've never had gravy, and I wouldn't. Like, I think if I was on a desert island and I found gravy, I'd just drown myself.
Didn't you say you'd never had a pie the other day?
No, I'd never had a meat pie. But it took me like maybe it was about 4 years ago, where I had like a cheese and onion.
When
pie.
you have your first steak pie with gravy in, you are going to
I will-
come in your pie.
By the way,
I will not touch
if
it.
you're fussy, a pie's a bit of a nightmare because it's hidden, isn't
Yeah.
it? All the
It's
evil
hidden.
stuff is hidden.
Oh no, hide all them tits. Yeah, it's all greatness.
I don't want
There's
tits
not
in a
tits
meat
in it,
pie.
no.
Is
No,
there
but I'm
tits
saying
in
if
a
the
meat
tits
pie?
are hidden, they're still amazing on the other
Probably
side.
is cow tits in a pie. They cut it all up.
So the pie's the bra,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then inside is.
I just think if you're fussy, you want to see what you're attacking. A pie's like, who knows what's in there? It's all
Can cut it
hot.
open.
Oh, steak and gravy.
I honestly I feel so sorry for you two pathetic-minded men.
Northerners. Wigan and Preston don't like pies or gravy. What are we doing here?
I can't do gravy. Can't do beans.
Have
I've
you
never
ever
had baked
had
beans.
gravy?
Beans, I get.
But I like refried beans. Like, you know, like,
Oh, it's fried. You were talking before.
yeah, no.
You
So
were telling us this before. Like, what is it about frying that makes it all okay?
Beans.
so that's
He's a veggie
The
who will
beans
eat
are-
fried chicken.
no. So because we went to Hickory's. So when I first started this company, I was like, because I just branded myself a veggie, but it was always in the back of my mind. It's like at some point I'm gonna be hungover or something, and I want fried chicken, so I'm just gonna have to eat it covertly. And then we went to Hickory's for the Super Bowl, and I was like, I'm just gonna get chicken like brazenly, but because that's fried. But if it was fried and had the bones in, I wouldn't touch it. Right. And if it was any other meat, the only meats I've like eaten, like willingly, like fried chicken, and I had an alligator.
What do
Yeah,
you mean
yeah,
willingly?
yeah.
What meats of US against your will?
My dad used to try and sneak ham into like
Yes.
into like pizza and was like, oh, to see if I'd bite it and go, oh, I like ham.
Some of them pink cheese.
And I'd have it and go, is there ham in this? And he'd go, no, it's vegetables. And I was like, no, is it ham? He'd be like, yeah. And then I'd I wouldn't eat.
Do you know what I'm realising, Adam? It's like cocaine. Do you know when you get to an age and you realise everyone does cocaine?
Everyone's fucking
I
weird.
feel like we've reached an age where we realise everyone is fucking weird with food except for me and you. It's insane. Everyone in this room is a freak with food.
We're in the minority in this room.
Yeah. It's
Mad.
so
You're in the
odd.
majority in the rest of the world.
But are we though?
Most people can eat most things, I think.
I'm just vegetarian.
The reason you're a vegetarian makes you a freak.
Yeah, you were chatting to
Yeah.
your kebab.
Because you got high. Because you got high.
You're more ethical though. Whereas me and Dan, like I'd kick the shit out of like a donkey. I don't care about the animal. It's more the
Why?
eating. Like I can't.
Have you ever had deep
can't
fried
sniff the
donkey?
meat.
At least kick the shit out of something you're going to eat.
The question I'm asking you that I'm intrigued by, because it's all fucking mad. You know
Yeah.
it's all mad.
Yeah, it's all.
right.
If I could switch it in my brain and then eat
100%.
it, it'd make things so much easier.
Totally. What is it about frying? Why will you have fried chicken but not roast chicken?
So I think it's because one, that it's very kind of child food anyway. So I was kind of given like turkey dinosaurs growing up.
Yeah, which is not fried or roast chicken.
No, but it was like no, but like it's
Oven
like
baked.
bread. It's like covered in breadcrumbs or whatever.
Because it's
Right.
white.
So
Oh,
it's
it's the same. It's the pasty thing. It's because it's hidden. Do you think it's because
yeah,
it's fried?
maybe
it's hidden by
maybe
the
a bit like that.
coating.
But also I think like chicken at Mackey's is so far removed from being an animal that it doesn't really register in my mind. But if I bit into it and I've got like,
And it went,
sometimes you can get like a vein, I just wouldn't eat the rest of it.
If you bit a burger and it mooed, it'd put you off.
Yeah.
Same.
I don't like the I don't like the fact that it's alive. Or
It
it was
isn't?
it was alive. Do you know what I mean? Except the chicken.
Right, okay. So
Fucking hates chicken.
you wouldn't eat half
donkeys.
a roast chicken because it looks a bit like a chicken.
I wouldn't eat any roast. I wouldn't eat little. It's like, say if I bit into like a Mackey's wrap, but then like the covering fell off and it was just the chicken, I wouldn't eat that on its own.
That's
It's
wild.
mental, and I don't tell people
Have you
this.
ever had lamb?
No, God,
Mate,
no.
lamb is
I've
unbelievable.
not, the only red
And
meat
lamb
I've had
rolls
is
are
I had
lamb.
alligator nuggets in New Orleans.
Yeah,
And that's
you
because it was a
wouldn't think
nugget. Like it was.
Alligator nuggets.
Yeah.
That sounds class.
Sounds
And it
like
tastes
a team.
racist.
And
What did it
tasted
taste like?
tastes like chicken.
We're going to a show.
Hang on.
Alligator nuggets later.
Did you have some chicken nuggets and someone? No, that's alligator.
No,
and you were
'cause
like,
it's-
oh, is it?
It's
Fucking great.
rubbery.
I've had alligator.
It's rubbery chicken.
Oh, cool.
Alligator burger.
Where was that?
In the Baltic market ages ago.
Oh, right, yeah.
Wasn't in
In town. Oh, yeah. What? Who's selling alligator burgers?
the alligator farmers.
Cool. Oh, I don't believe you.
It's fine. It's all chicken, isn't it? The only thing that isn't chicken is beef.
Go on.
You know what I mean? Like sausages, it's all chicken, innit? But you're like,
Oh, bacon's not chicken.
not too far away.
All right.
Keir Starmer loves sausages, mate. by the time this goes out, it's going to be fucking old news. It's the best like nip slip of all time. Now
It's brass in real life. I'm gonna play it just because it makes me so happy. Because we've somehow gone into the world.
if you haven't seen this at the Labour Party conference in Liverpool, Keir Starmer was making his like keynote speech. Is it a keynote? It must be a keynote.
It's like a keynote, yeah.
He's a headliner, isn't he?
Yeah, he should be. He's the leader of the country.
He's the big fella.
Can't have him opening.
Go on.
And he was calling for, in his own way, an end to the war in the Middle East. Now, he's very controversial anyway because he's, had opportunities to condemn Israel for their war crimes and stuff like that. And he's choosing to focus on the initial attacks of October 7th, which, was horrific in itself
By Hamas.
by Hamas.
He's also focusing now on meat.
Them releasing the...
And it's all awful, but it's very political how Labour are handling it, and it's very sort of, a lot of people have got very valid criticisms, and someone was escorted out of the Labour Party conference for heckling and protesting Labour's official policy on the war in Gaza, and Keir Starmer handled it in a really disgusting way, and then made his speech and demanded that Hamas return all of Israel's sausages.
I call again for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. The return of the sausages, the hostages.
It still gets a round of applause.
No, they're already sort of half clapping, but they go up like 3 octaves.
Cheer.
And they cheer. Play it again.
When they hear sausage, like, he's saying it.
Because they're already clapping.
Immediate ceasefire in Gaza. The return of the sausages, the hostages.
Right.
It is
Israel
like the
doesn't
most serious and horrific subject in the world.
But Israel can't even eat sausages.
No, send them back. You're not eating them.
Hamas.
Neither Hamas, neither side can have
Well,
sausages.
there should be no sausages anywhere near Gaza.
The Jews not have pigs either.
We've had this conversation before, kids.
Have we?
Yeah.
It's all chicken, innit?
It's all chicken.
Told you.
You can have chicken sausages. They're not very nice.
I have them. I have the heck ones. They're okay.
I don't like chicken sausages.
Well, that's Gaza solved. Let's have a break.
Return of the
Return of the sausages.
Oh, before we have a break, can I just tell you a little story about something that happened on the way? I went to get me morning coffee. There's a lovely woman who works in Pret, right? And she's always very friendly with me, always have a little chat.
And you're a team member as well, aren't you?
Absolutely, right? And I was like, I haven't seen you for ages. Have you been like working in another store or you been on holiday? She was like, I was away for a week. I worked in Chester at the store there for a bit. And yeah, she was like, I tell you what, she's got a couple of kids. They're like 7 and 11, right? And she said, I had them in this store with me over the summer, obviously, because summer holidays. And I was like, how's sound? Yeah, she was like, yeah. And I had one of them helping me on the till for a minute, and I got in a bit of trouble because someone complained to head office that I had underage workers working. So someone's come in and seen the manager of Pret has brought their kid to work for the day and let them press a couple of buttons to like feel like they're sort of working. And they've emailed head office of Pret to complain that they've got underage staff, a 7-year-old. Can you fucking imagine?
They are underage, though.
Can you imagine, like what they've done is more paedophilic than what Philip Schofield done.
Schofield.
Point ruined.
He's a scodophile.
Schofield.
You know what he's driving?
But isn't that fucking gimpy? Isn't that the worst thing you've ever heard in your life?
A Skoda?
I think when she let the 7-year-old make a cappuccino, that was too far. That was too far.
Yeah, that's... And she's okay now.
Can you imagine seeing that and then going, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go back to mine and I'm going to get me fucking Dell laptop out and I'm going
It is a stinky Dell, innit?
I'm writing in. I'm writing in because this is wrong. I've took a photograph. Look, here's a kid who took a photograph off. I'm not a paedophile. I'm trying to save the
I'm
children.
a scodophile.
It's a ThinkPad
Gimp.
with the red thing in the middle that you can use as a mouse, like a little nipple.
Yeah.
Oh, with the glasses on.
That's a Lenovo, that's not a Dell.
I thought it was just an all-round.
No, Lenovo.
No, Lenovo.
It's a Lenovo.
Yeah.
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 Oh, the ThinkPad's Lenovo. That was the first thing I had to do in this company.
I used like the little nipple thing. It used to feel good on my finger. Definitely autistic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got a question for you.
Take out the ADHD on that conversation. Child workers, someone's a Lenovo. It's the Lenovo nipple. What?
Got a question for you.
Gaza.
And I don't know whether you're going to get this because you don't understand synesthesia, do you? You don't understand that like Thursday's burnt orange. Like this is Thursday, this jumper, isn't it? It's a Thursday.
Didn't
This
say
colour.
purple first, it was purple.
No, I think it's orange. I think we disagreed on it.
Okay.
No, I'm not a big fan.
Thursday's
of
8 o'clock in the
Got a
night.
question for you. Question for everyone, but directly for you.
Yeah?
Question.
Dun,
If a
dun, dun,
door is closed, is it on or off?
There's only one answer as well.
The door is on,
What?
The door is
Explain that to me.
right?
It's doing
What
its
is the
job.
function of a door?
To be open to walk through, that means
let
it's on.
people
No. What?
The function
No,
of
no. A function of a door is to
allow
close,
passage.
close the way.
No, it's not. It's to
That's why
open
you
the
need
way.
a door.
That's a wall.
Yeah, you're thinking of walls.
Doors are to allow passage, which is on when it's doing it.
Yeah.
No, but it's the same thing. Just
I think I'm
saying
with
it from
Dan.
the. If a door
So
is
that door's on. Now, look at it.
Yeah.
Look at that door, and you're telling
Yeah.
me that's on.
Yeah, because if you took it off the wall, it's not
No,
on.
that's not what we're saying. We mean on and off as in functioning and not functioning.
Yeah, but it's doing its job.
so a
It's
door
not
is
its job.
functioning when it's open.
It's to allow passage, isn't
So
it? Otherwise
right
it's a
now,
wall.
if that door was a light bulb, light would be coming out of it. Right now. If that was on. So that's
My
on.
grandmother had wheel should be a bat. What?
Harry, can you give the vote that sorts this? Is that on or off?
I agree with Dan and Finn.
What the
Because
fuck?
if the door was
Do you know what it is? It's a lack of protein in your diet.
It's
This.
the gravy. It's the gravy. You're all lacking gravy in your diet.
I love gravy.
if the door was off the wall and it was just a big hole, is that then doing the job of a door even though it's not a door?
No,
Does that mean holes in the walls do
no,
jobs
because
of doors?
holes in walls aren't doors.
No, but does that mean that holes in doors are on?
What about a window then?
A hole in a door, yeah. A hole in a wall is on. If you want to take it to that level, yeah. Because the default of that wall is that it's a fucking wall, isn't it?
Not with
the
a big
door
hole in
is
it.
there. What?
Not with the big hole in it we made.
Yeah, and we put something in that we use. So when
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
using it, on. When we're not using it, off.
I mean, a door is on in theory all the time, innit? Because that's the function of it. It has to be open and closed to make it a door.
when you're using it as a door, which should be on, it's open.
What's a door when it's
Oh,
not
I've
a
just
door?
thought of something that might contradict it. Because when an automatic door works,
It
it's
turns
open.
on and it turns on.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Get in.
Well, that's not as fun.
I know.
We all agree.
A revolving door's on all the time then?
Yeah, constantly because they're turning constantly.
Yeah.
Apart from when they're not. But that doesn't
And then they're
support
off,
his
Then they're
point.
off. Yeah.
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 Have that internet.
I don't know. I think the comments on this will be divisive.
If I said to you, the front door's broke, it's locked, innit? It's not working.
No.
Or
the front
no,
door's
or-
broken. There's a big hole in it.
Yeah.
People can keep walking through it.
Because it's still working when it's if it's locked, it's working as a door.
It's not. It's working as a wall because you can't use it for what its purpose is. A door.
Yeah, but if there's a big hole in the front door, that's broke as well, isn't it?
No, there's no door. And it's
What about
not-
a car door? Because you want that shut when it's working.
Yeah, but to get out,
You
which
don't
is
want
its
that
purpose.
open.
Its purpose is the passage.
No, it's not. Its
It is.
purpose is to
let
Here's
you
the
in.
purpose of a car door is so that I can get in my car because without the doors, the car's useless.
Open the window, jump in.
Open the window, turn the window
Turn it
on.
on.
Dukes of Hazzard it.
Yeah, it's off.
That's off. Doors closed, off. Doors open, on. End of discussion. I win.
I love it how we argue about stuff that we really don't give a fuck about.
I do. This is the stuff I actually care about. And the other stuff, like sausages.
And Gaza.
Sausages.
And
and
sausages. And doors. See you in a bit.
What's happening, guys? Time to tell you about my absolute favourite sponsor, the OG, the best sponsor we've ever had, as well as all the other ones. Manscaped.com, promo code WORD20, 20% off and free shipping worldwide. Now, football season's back. You know what that means? NFL Sundays, college football, and the Premier League, if you're not a goth who's lonely.
What's that got to do with trimming your pubes?
Well, you don't want to be the guy with all the hairy bollocks with all your mates in the pub.
I know what I do when I go to the pub to watch American soccer. I
You
get
take
me
the
balls
performance
up.
package 5.0 and you shave before you go out, don't you?
Yeah, shave before I go out because
Like if one of your mates pulls your pants down in a pub for a prank, you don't want to be the one with the hairiest, smelliest cock.
and public indecency is an offence in this country.
And it is the best you can buy. This is the best stuff you can buy. You know,
Fuck.
the crop soother, the crop preserver,
Look at
the
this.
nose trimmer goes up your nose, does the weeds, the weed whacker, the beard trimmer. Got a beard trimmer as well now, pube trimmer. The performance package 5.0.
5 now. Wow.
With the lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, it is the best in men's below and above the belt grooming. And with the promo code WORD20, you get 20% off and free shipping worldwide.
You also get a bag, a
If
pencil
you get
case
the
was
package,
cool.
you get all sorts of gear, mate.
Pencil case was cool.
All sorts of gear.
Newspaper.
Best sponsor in the game. The best stuff. You don't want to let, just because it's the summer's over, do not let your male grooming go downhill.
Nope. This goth loves it.
He's a goth, isn't he?
Trim your pubes, boys. I do.
Tell you what, if you love this content, my God, you want to sign up to patreon.com/have
Big
a
energy
word
there.
pod. Because this is good, isn't it? But it's better being a Patreon. 27,000 legends can't be wrong.
Nope.
We get an exclusive episode out every Wednesday, a special every month, early access to this public episode, and those specials are building up. We have a back catalogue of some unbelievable Patreon specials.
TV level.
Do you know what I genuinely think is a big thing with our Patreon that we never sell as like a thing that comes?
Free hand jobs from me, the £10 tier.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, because we don't mention it, but then you just turn up at people's houses and wank them off. Don't you?
I didn't know that.
You know, yeah.
Didn't you?
Even for us.
That's why I'm still a patron.
Is that why you had £10 pigeon?
Not a £10, £3.
It's got a finger for that. It's ticket access.
It's one of the biggest now, isn't it?
Like the country days I've been doing, obviously I promote them on Patreon first, and I've just put 4 dates on sale at the Jacaranda, and they sold out within like an hour and a half or 2 hours or whatever. They didn't even go. Like people on Instagram don't even know I'm doing them because they just sold out on Patreon. And obviously when we start announcing big tours and stuff, like there's even if there's going to be tickets left for social media,
The best ones.
the best ones go on.
Yeah, early access to tickets might be one of the best perks now.
And we never mention it.
Any events that we do side of the podcast as well will go on Patreon. They all sell out on Patreon. So if you like us and you want to come and see us, it's worth the £3 just to be able to come get access to them tickets as well as
Yeah,
the,
you're VIP, aren't you?
yeah.
Which is right. Patreon.com.
A very important
/have a word
Patreon.
pod.
Oh,
Nice. It's the lifeblood of this podcast. I know we do adverts and stuff, but that's the one, innit? Our Patreon is the one.
keeps the wheels turning.
Whoa. That poster just turned into a pack of Doritos.
Do we know about that? Yes. Do we know about adverts on our thing? Yes. We put them there. Look at it. It's a lovely big pack of Doritos.
Whoa!
Oh, it's moving.
It looks like Paul Ince.
No, it looks like Doritos, Finn. They're paying us for
All
that.
right. It's got to be in the first half hour.
Oh, well, you'll have seen them then.
I wonder if they'll put... I mean, it would be good if they put the advert when Adam did that, wouldn't it?
That's been the first.
I'm just going to keep doing it throughout the episodes. They've got options.
Right.
That's nice. Even though the first half hour's gone.
Right. Anyway,
I'll just
for the
also
audio
the first
listeners,
half hour.
hey, for the audio listeners, bet that was a right laugh on it. We have some Doritos adverts that you will never. In fact, I tell you what, we'll start doing audio Doritos adverts akin to what's happening on the video. I think that should be up to us.
I like Doritos.
Experience the flavour of flaming hot Doritos.
And they've had their monne's worth. Thank you.
I love the comments with like, am I going mad or did that Doritos thing just change there? Rewind it.
I'll never
Watch it
see
again.
that again.
Oh, I'm going mad again.
Wow, there's 60 comments saying the same thing. I must be going mad. Yes.
Let's do some advice.
I'm here to help.
Here to help. I'll solve your problems. I'll tell you.
Havewordpod@gmail.com if you'd like some advice.
You'll be fine.
If it's your first time listening or watching, we take it very seriously. We're saving lives out here. Yeah? Anonymous says, wag boys need some advice about my
Father.
dad. Take a knee on this one. My dad.
No, maybe I'm the guy who's the, outsider. You've all blinded by your dads.
Blinded by the dads. My dad has been on a dating website since him and my mum split up. Over the past month, he's been chatting to a Thai bride online. And now he's gone and booked flights to go over there and see her. I think he's having a midlife crisis.
You shouldn't be doing that with a married woman.
You know?
I think he's having a midlife crisis and is maybe being scammed, but I'm not sure how to stop him as he's adamant he's going over. Please help, Lids.
You wouldn't be able to stop me. I'm telling you what, if I'd fell in love with a Thai woman and I'd already booked a flight to go and see her, the very worst that can happen here is that he gets a holiday to Thailand. Isn't it?
I've got a question about this.
And come back without kidneys. Or one, you know what I mean? There is a worst. It could go wrong,
and
couldn't
get
it?
shot in the head.
Yeah.
The plane could crash.
But would
Armageddon. Yeah, got to watch out for it. Do you want to die in Thailand?
But also, if he was talking to some woman from Coventry, he could get fucking bummed to death in Coventry, couldn't he?
I think
There's
it's
always risks.
higher risk in Thailand.
There's always risks.
I think
With
Warwickshire's
the
pretty
women
safe.
who have got, as Keir Starmer would say, hostages. In the
You don't mean trans people. You mean Thai ladyboys.
yes.
Like the ladyboys of Bangkok.
Yeah, and then they look like got tits and
That didn't
Jeffrey.
even factor in as a problem to me.
Yeah.
You go over to Thailand, there's a dick there. Who cares?
No.
I'm worried about losing kidneys in Armageddon.
Is it uncouth to ask if they've got a cock in their pants?
I'd say it might be uncouth, but I think you might be sensible. Do you know what I mean?
Because
They might
you're
not like it.
gorgeous, you are wow, and you're interested in me. That's odd. Have you got a cock in your pants? Can you say that?
2 questions. Are you a whore? Have you got a cock? Listen, cards on the table. I want to keep my kidneys. I'm looking for love. Please don't get your dick out, Jeff.
She's called Jeff.
There was warning signs,
away.
wasn't there? There was warning signs. She's wearing fucking goalie gloves.
I've never been to Thailand, so I've never, been. Are you allowed to ask?
Well, that famous viral video,
Jeffrey,
of the Jeffrey one,
Yeah.
the lady boy is covering their modesty.
Right.
You seen that?
Shut up.
Yeah, he's seen it.
What cover?
He comes everywhere.
He is. No, but he's
they come everywhere. Sorry.
I don't know the terminology,
Listen,
the pronouns.
that
but
kid.
he's doing that.
That is honestly, there's been some Facebook Live videos go wrong for people. I think Shannon Sharp is selling merch, and you told me that.
Yeah.
He's like, that's my show. He's making that work
Is
for
he?
him.
Yeah, okay.
ESPN not sacked him, but my man from Donny who went and banged Jeff, and then went, this needs to go online. Oh, and he's literally reacting to the comments while he's bumming Jeff in a hotel in Thailand. Like, you're just jealous. He's fucking gorgeous. I think.
Are you allowed to say?
I think he knew, didn't he? It's not like the modesty was being hidden.
Oh no, I know, but I'm saying
sorry. I
that-
thought
no.
you were saying he's so pissed. He's like, I didn't even see it.
No, I'm saying the lady boy was covering
Yeah,
their
they were
parts.
covering their
They might be offended if you asked.
That's what I mean.
Do you know what I mean?
Are you going to offend them?
I think maybe she didn't want to be on Facebook Live. She just
No,
wanted.
but she wasn't covering her face. She was covering,
Covering
her
a
dick.
cock.
Yeah, she was going,
4 bottles.
don't show me penis, just show me face.
Yeah.
Is that how she talks?
was.
I had to pick an accent that wasn't offensive.
It was Johnny Vegas.
I'm Jeff. I'm from Thailand. I'm just looking for love.
I-
The fat, bald, middle-aged man from Lancashire.
It's the offence. You offend them if you say, listen, if you got a cock in your
You get
pants.
asked.
Offending them.
Yeah.
What are you looking for,
I don't
Carl?
want to offend anybody.
Like if you go to,
If you're looking for a wife.
with what is known about Thailand and the fact that this goes on quite a lot, I think if you go, hey love, you got a cock or what, right? and she's like, "Excuse me, how dare you? How dare you ask me that?" You just go, "Do you know what? Shut up. You know there's fucking women around here with dicks, and I'm just checking you're not one of them."
There's literally
so
a
fucking
woman
why
with
didn't you pipe
cracking
down?
tits.
Wind your
Next
neck in
year.
and your cock.
Yeah, wind your cock in.
Can't believe you just asked her that. Fucking hell. There's no decency for us
And are
women.
there ones without cocks?
There's Thai women. Yes.
There is Thai women, yeah.
Famously, that's how they've managed to get to the population they've got to.
Okay, just ask. I've never
Fucking
been.
hell, look at that. A Thai woman with a fanny.
You've never been to Peterborough? You know what's going on about there?
I haven't been to Peterborough. That was my next
If
question.
you go to Peterborough or Coventry and ask, "Hey, love, have you got a cock?" That's going to go down badly. You know? It's context, isn't it?
Now I know.
You're in Revolution in Coventry. Just be polite.
It's all chicken, isn't it?
I think asking Thai women, "Hey, have you got a penis?" is the same as asking an Indian person, "Hey, have you put coriander in this?" Like, it's a fair assumption. It's a fair
An
question.
Indian chef.
There's a lot of that going on over
Not
there.
just a random Indian person. Hey, have you put coriander in this? Sarah, that work here?
Made me nervous. I tell you what, just for a millisecond I was nervous, and it was about dressing and coriander. That's fine. Fine. Asking an Indian person, everyone inhales. Well, navigated that quite well.
Random Indian on the street.
And
There's as many women with cocks in Thailand as there is curries with coriander in an Indian restaurant.
Oh.
Katie Mellon.
It's about
Can't go in the trailer.
it's about 80%. Listen,
I've just never been.
he's going. I know I've never been, but I imagine if you're going over to find love, if you've chatted to someone online, she's just a young woman who wants to live in St Helens, you know, in a 3-bed semi, right? She's looking for love as well. I don't think you can get off the plane and go, "Just to check, love, before I get the taxi with you, have you got a cock?"
That'd be the first question I asked. That would be the very first
If
question.
you're
I
going
asked.
over,
No, you ask
you're
that
going over to-
before you go.
No, because
Yeah.
you can't get proof. You go.
You don't get on the plane before that.
oh, I'd wait till the airport. I'd wait till
in St. Helens.
no
St.
St Helens
Helens
Airport.
Yeah.
Hey.
Tell you what, Cal. What are we like? We knew there wasn't an airport there. Said it anyway. Both of us.
1,047 airports in the United Kingdom.
The cake's in the egg and the bread.
What did you just say?
There are 1,047 airports in the United Kingdom.
Well, there's 4 I'd use.
There's 4 what?
There's 4 airports. There's,
Oh.
there's 1,047.
Airports in the UK.
What
yeah.
counts as
An airport?
an airport?
Places where planes take off and
Port
land.
where the airplanes go.
Well, in theory, that could be the M53.
No, not
No,
an
it
airport. That's in the
Yeah,
motorway.
no, it could. A plane could land on the M53.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it an airport.
That makes
does
this
it?
an airport. doesn't
Well, just because
I could drive my car
Brian,
through your fucking house, right through the front door. Doesn't make it a car park, does it?
it? Can't park there anyway.
makes it an off door. What fields and stuff.
No.
1,047 registered airports.
Airfields, yeah, I imagine.
Airfield is an airport.
Yeah, I reckon I can help me. Yeah,
Yeah,
Hey,
there you go. All right, cool.
you know Manchester Airport?
Yeah, there's another fucking 1,000 of them.
There's 1,046 other ones similar to that,
No,
different in size.
Yeah, cool.
You can legally take a plane off or land it.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Airbus.
And I'm suggesting that I would probably be all right with using a small percentage of that because
Of course.
I think
Like Blackpool Airport, you're not flying to LA, are you?
no.
But it has got an airport.
Yeah.
Anyway. carry
That
on.
Blackpool to LA line. You used to do a lot of business with all the movie stars.
How would either of you react if your dads introduced you to their Thai brides?
Well, I'd be like, here we go, 3rd time round. Let's give this one a shot.
I would be like, I'd be very polite. I'd be like, "How you love? You all right? You having a pint?"
Bit of cock in your pants.
No, but that's me dad. That I wait till she went for the shies, and then I was like, "Hey, dad, cock or no cock?"
But
It's the new game we're playing, Dad.
Yeah, Noel Edmonds comes out.
takes a keks off. Oh, it's a cock.
Noel Edmonds in Thailand. Love the women.
Is she sound? Listen, I haven't talked to my stepmom in ages. I just want a sound one. I don't care where she's. I don't care how big a dick
She's
is.
sound.
Yeah, is she sound?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine. Is he happy?
Yeah, oh yeah, like if my dad wants to go and bum women with cocks, he's welcome to do so. I'm not like here to judge.
You progressive bastard.
Yeah, but I would want to know.
Yeah.
You know, if she went to the toilet, I'd be like, "Dad,
What if he was like, do you know what, Adam? We've talked about this, me and Jeff.
Jeffaline.
Jeff Aline. Jeffalina, right? And we've just decided that's her business. No one needs to know. Would that be all right?
Sure.
Be mad if he doesn't know.
I'd be like, but then I know for sure she's got a cock.
And in a separate
If the answer is
conversation,
no, you just go no.
in a separate conversation, want to come for a kickabout with
There
her?
isn't a woman on the planet.
Let's go
By
on
the
the
way,
park.
there's not a woman on the planet who's got a vagina, got a puss, and if you ask her, what have you got down there? She's like, I'm not telling you. There isn't one.
Yeah, they're proud of them.
What?
Give them that. They're proud of the pussy.
I wouldn't mind.
The voice of women,
I
Carl
would
Reigler,
mind-
ladies and gents. Tell you what about women, I'm all for them, but they're very proud of the pussies.
I wouldn't mind a woman having a penis and me being in a relationship with her. You know, I needed to have a vagina like somewhere.
You mean your dad?
No, even me.
You'd go out with a person with a penis
Yeah, but she's got to have a vagina somewhere.
on his shoulder.
On her shoulder.
But she cannot.
Say it to that woman,
If
man.
she plays
Doesn't
football,
exist.
she has to be a winger. Are we all agreed? We're very progressive, but she has to play on the wing. No centre backs.
100%.
Oh yeah.
I'd rather have a Thai ladyboy who's a right winger than
Yeah.
like a cisgendered white woman who's an absolute centre back.
Like a Rodrigo over like a John Terry. You got your Rodrigos, you got your John Terrys.
I don't.
You got your cock in your pants.
I couldn't.
Leeds
I
Rodrigo.
couldn't fall in love with John Terry,
Real Madrid.
regardless of how nice the pussy is. No. Yeah. Rodrigo, beautiful.
Yeah.
And that's us, ladies and gents. Pretty progressive. We're the dirtbag left. Anonymous, another one. Wag wag lids.
What was the advice? Oh,
That
yeah.
was rough, that wasn't it? That was a rough 5 minutes.
Genuinely, like, just let your
But
dad
at
be.
home, did
let
you
your
laugh?
dad be happy. If he's being like, as soon as the signs are like, you know, Jeff Alina just wants $3,000 for a college education, then you've got to step in and go, Dad, wake up.
How old are they?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yes, like, Dad, wake up. You can't
No,
get a
'cause
good
he's
education for $3,000. Start looking at better schools.
He's worried about the scamming, isn't he?
Right, yeah,
That's
yeah.
the bit. Whenever the PayPal's mentioned, step in.
Yeah.
Just let him have a let him bang Jeff.
PayPal's at dad.
Anonymous, please keep this anonymous as I need some advice. My missus all of a sudden has stopped going down on me and suddenly said that she doesn't enjoy it no more. But when we bonk, I always go down on her first to start off. The most I get is a hand job and that's it. How do I introduce this back into our sexy times and more importantly, get us to start enjoying it again? And that's from Dan Nightingale, age 43. From Sorgle.
Wash your cock.
How long have they been together
What?
as well?
I think he's probably got a smelly little bell end.
Do you have to wash your coat?
It's going to be another brush your tongue thing.
I don't know. Say it to her. Could be like, listen, I'm going to Munch Town for you. Can you go to Sausage Town for me?
But he said that she said she doesn't enjoy it anymore.
I know, but
And if the love
just
of the
'cause-
game's gone.
Yeah, just because you've gone to Munchtown doesn't mean you're owed a Nosh Town.
No, of course not. But you're like, listen, I'm putting
It's
the
not
effort
tit
in.
for tat. It's not quid pro quo, Carl.
It isn't quid pro quo. But I'm saying if you're putting the effort in, be like, listen, I know you don't like it, but let's give it a go because you
Yeah,
know.
but would there be anything worse than
Sucking a cock you didn't want to.
getting a blowjob from someone that obviously doesn't want to be giving you it?
There's worse things.
That, I know what you mean.
Nuclear war.
Being taken hostage.
Armageddon.
Oh yeah.
The Holocaust.
Dying in Thailand. Loads. There's loads.
9/11.
Every time. Every fucking time. Just Everton.
Mix it up then. Put some like flavours on it.
Yeah, get flavoured
Cherry
lube.
Coke. Pour cherry Coke on your cock.
What? Just hide it in a fucking...
I had a wank
Chocolate
with some
eclair.
cherry lube last week. And the smell afterwards, I was like, I wouldn't want to be tasting this.
Did it smell
Like I
cherry?
smelt it on my hand when I was done. And I was like, it doesn't smell like cherry. It smells like cherry perfume rather than like cherry sweets.
No, it
didn't
smells like
lick
cherry
jam,
rubbed
did
on a cock.
Ask her what food she
cock.
likes.
You can rub
I
it-
love banoffee pie. Get that fucking banana on
You
you.
can rub any of the cock. It's going to ruin the smell. God, that
Into cock in this.
And air freshener's weird. Yeah, it's peeing with cock. That's like, oh, ruined it.
Lavender cock.
Smell the cock. It's like when you have a big shit and spray air freshener. It smells like air freshener.
Smells like
Shit,
cock.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, you're in a bit of a shit situation here because you can't do anything. You can ask her what she doesn't like about it and then improve it. Because then if she does say, I don't like the taste of cock, then you know you're gonna have to. You are gonna put find her favourite meal, put a roast dinner on it. You know what I mean? A few carrots, bit of veg, lamb.
She's gonna eat your dick off though. That is the other downside. I thought this was lunch.
She might not like things in her mouth, like a lot of people like that, like gag a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not you can do.
And there's every chance as well that he likes eating pussy. You know? I do. I like doing it. You know? So, like, if I was with someone and she stopped sucking me off, and then I was, like, still doing that for her, like, it'd be cutting me cock off to spite me pussy. You know what I mean?
Lovely.
Cutting me pussy off to spite me
because
cock.
you still like eating pussy.
Yeah, like... So, like, if I was, like, I need to get sucked off to be in a relationship. Like, if I stop getting sucked off, I just break up with it. Do you know what I mean? I do. If I'm not getting sucked off, it needs done. You know what I mean?
You've been married for a while.
What?
Just asking for a friend. Asking for another. What
Divorce.
have you been
I'd divorce Lord then if I was you, if she's not sucking you off enough. Genuinely. Just get rid of her.
You own a house.
She's sound on that.
You own a house together.
Yeah, give her the house.
You've got, say, just...
Give her the house, go and earn a new house somewhere else.
2 kids.
Yeah.
You've got 2 kids. And, you know, there's no more... They say you're a juggler.
Try and find out what she doesn't like about it, try and fix it, and then decide whether the relationship's for you without it. I couldn't do it, you know? But if I did stay in that relationship, you still got to go to Munchtown because it's fun, innit?
Yeah. I don't know. You're going to have to, not let that be known that that's the reason the relationship's ended, surely. That's not going to make you seem, to all friends and family.
I don't really give a shit. Like, that's on air, isn't it? If she goes to her mum and dad, she's like, he's broke up with me because I won't suck him off, then that's her fault, isn't it?
Yeah.
So when you break up and everyone knows, because you've been married, say, I don't know, 8 years and you've been together 10.
Just say that things weren't working out. You don't have to be honest with the other people, but be honest with each other. Be like, listen, sexually we're not matching up and it's important to me. If she wants to go
You
and tell
can't end I'm telling you you can't. You can't, can you?
Or say to her, look, you don't like sucking me off, but I like getting sucked off, so I'd like to go and see a prostitute a couple of times a year, and she just sucks me off. I won't kiss her.
Nice.
Do you know what, babe? Yeah.
I'll let you know how that goes. I think you're right, though, as well. Like, you don't want to... Do you want a blowjob off someone who doesn't want to do it?
No.
I don't.
You want the absolute, like, this is fucking... Yeah. This is great.
This is my ice cream.
This is my fucking fab lolly.
But if you can live without it, just fucking suck it up and crack on and still keep doing that for there if you enjoy yourself, you know?
Also, Love Honey have a lot of like things where you can like imitate a blowjob.
Yeah.
You can get like blowjob machines and stuff, and you use code
AFF-word 20, is it?
Yep. And there's loads of blowjob and things, so go and have a look.
There you go.
Is that Doritos?
And like it just, you know what I mean? Like don't let it ruin the other sex stuff because you don't have to like always like the same stuff. Just because she doesn't want to watch Yellowstone with you anymore doesn't mean you have to turn Breaking Bad off.
Can we stop making it so on the nose for my relationship today? What are we doing?
She can give you the blowjob with her ass.
I thought she'd love Yellowstone. Not into it.
There you go.
Gives a blobby with your ass instead. Say that.
Well, that was a short section, but our food's here, so we'll be back with Kai.
See you in a bit. Now then, ladies and gents, time to talk about my absolute favourite sponsor. It's NordVPN.
Favourite sponsor?
Love
well,
it.
that's good, that, because when they first came on board, you were like, I don't even know what a VPN is, and now they're your favourite sponsor.
I thought they were brand new. Sorry. What's a VPN?
What's a VPN?
Yeah.
It's a way to up your internet security and also to change the location that your laptop or computer thinks it's in.
Oh, so you could watch Netflix in Botswana.
Yeah, but you could watch it in the UK and just have your laptop think it's in Botswana.
Oh, you don't have to go to Botswana
and Netflix.
Ah, yeah, that's a
It's
mistake.
like a digital travel thing.
I've been wasting money on flights to Botswana.
And we've got an offer for our listeners. If you go to nordvpn.com/have-a-word, you get an extra 4 months when you sign up for the 2-year plan and 20 gigabytes of eSIM data. So you can go, if you go on holiday, you know, like so often you can get like charged for using your phone abroad. Like
in Botswana.
If you go physically to Botswana, then they'll give you 20 gigabytes to use while you're on your holidays.
Amazing. You need VPNs in your life.
Better security, and there's loads of films on all the different streaming platforms that are limited to certain countries. Find out what country that they're showing your film in, and just sign up and then be like, oh, I'll use my NordVPN. And here we are. We're in Mozambique.
NordVPN.com/have a word.
Go and watch Madagascar in Madagascar, but from the comfort of your nan's living room.
Oh my God, yes.
Everyone's favourite Mackems here.
Hey, no, restart. Restart the show. One way to wound us. Right in the heart.
1 second in. Guy Humphries! Is this 3 times now?
3 times, aye, the trilogy.
And a restaurant special.
And a special.
And a guest
Or
host.
2 specials, technically, because we split that one up, didn't we?
We did split it up.
We did.
Nice guest hosted.
I haven't guest hosted.
Is he not?
I've always been on the comfy seat.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, well, I thought you guest hosted a Patreon once.
No?
You're getting them confused with Gina Yashere.
It's easy done.
She hasn't done it either, though.
Which is the,
She has
That's
done
the
it. You
problem
thought it was
with
me.
Kai's weird today, by the way.
Can he say that?
Imagine if Gina Yashere came in here and you kept calling her Kai.
She leaves. Is Kai alright? Weird today.
I had a belt at Dubai trip with Gina Yashere. Like, we went up the Burj Khalifa and that. We dealt with Phil Nichols' metal breakdown. Fucking quality.
You do that in Dubai? I thought that was illegal.
We contained it. We kept it in the hotels. You know what I mean? Then let a mental breakdown on the streets.
Gina's brilliant. Proper brilliant. She's been in America for years now, hasn't she?
That was a belter weekend with those two. I saw the Comedy Cellar. She was kicking one there when I was at the Comedy Cellar.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
The last I seen of her was a clip where she called Russell Peters out for being a joke thief.
Did you?
Yeah. So like Russell, and obviously I don't know any of the facts of this thing, but like he was talking about like someone taking one of his jokes and being all like sort of high and mighty about it, and she did like a selfie reply. She was like, "You fucking cunt." She went, you used to come to the UK and do every American comics bit knowing we hadn't seen them. And then you'd take all of ours and take them back to America. Fuck you. You fucking horrible. Like, you stole my bits, you cunt.
Because he was before the internet as well, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Like, he was doing that before there could be a paper chase of like people seeing the clip and going, wait a minute, this isn't on.
Yeah.
Like, you know how people used to have 2 families back in the 80s? You genuinely have comedians that were like married with kids in London and married with kids in Manchester, and each family thinks they're on the road. That would happen.
That sounds like hyperbole, but that did actually happen.
Uh-huh. Did it? And then Facebook appeared and that all got rumbled.
People would have multiple families, yeah, weirdly.
Could you be arsed?
Could
you be
Could
arsed?
have, fuck.
If they were both shit.
I know, yeah. John, I'm going to try this somewhere else. I fuck this one, and then they're just worse kids.
Just
Third family.
More annoying and less intelligent.
Just doing 2 half jobs of your family.
Yeah, just...
Instead of just 1 half job like everybody else.
I just can't, like, that's got to be one of the... Why would anyone do that?
Because you've met a new person, you still love your old family and your kids.
Mate, have any
it's
of you...
cheating, isn't it?
Yeah, but to never, like, with the second one, be like, do you know what? I think we should settle down and be like, it feels familiar. Let's do it again.
Have any of you ever cheated in a relationship?
Yeah.
Because it's fucking stressful.
When I was younger, yeah.
When you're younger, because I had a breakup that, like, she denied the breakup. I broke up with her.
I remember this.
Do you know about this?
Yeah. What, she just said, like when Eddie won't leave in Friends?
Mate, I broke up, right?
I remember this so well.
Let's get this right. I'd gotten in, and I'd been away for a weekend. I'd come back. I'd made a decision while I'd been away, and I went through with the breakup, and it was like there was tears and that. She started packing. She was about to go back to our parents' house, and I was like, "We're having we're having a breakup, but didn't worry our parents by turning up at like 10 at night, like knocking them out of bed." I don't know. I was saying just stay here the night, and then we'll deal with it tomorrow.
Because it hadn't been nasty. There wasn't arguments.
And it was out of nowhere for her. For me, it was just like, I'd been thinking about it for a while. For her, it was out the blue. And the next day, she went to work, and I sat in waiting for her to come home and pack her stuff. And she came in, carry her bags. She's going, I've got steak, I've got potatoes, I'm going to make them wedges you like. I was hungry. So she started chefing on. And I was like,
wedges.
Is she going to bring it up? I was like, is she going to bring it up? Or we're going to talk about what happened last night? I went out with her for 9 more months.
What the fuck? There's some good wedges.
Good wedges. 9 months have been completely uninvested in doing like mostly travelling. And in that time, I wasn't very faithful because I'd already made a psychological... The psychological contract was broken for me.
But so, because I heard that story and it's just naturally fucking hilarious. But when the second time you ended it, did you have witnesses and did you do it? How did you do it the second time? Because you can't just
Very
be like,
similar way, just on a full stomach.
You should have done it like a reverse proposal. You know, like when you take her somewhere really nice and you get someone to secretly film it. You do that, but for a breakup. And you're like, look, I fucking broke up with you, right? It's done.
Oh, what about if I broke up with her the second time? It's just like, wait a minute, I've got the Mandela effect. I thought we'd already broken up. Did not break up 9 months ago.
Yeah, if she like goes, hi, we broke up 9 months ago.
What would you do if she, a month later, tried to break up with you, with your ego take over, and be like, hang on, I fucking did this first?
Oh, I was...
Or would you be like, no.
No, don't leave me.
Yeah, I'd let her have that one. Like,
right, okay.
small victories in it. Have that one. That one's yours.
oh, 100%. You'd be like, this is an easy pass, innit? It's like the hitman that goes to shoot someone and then they get hit by a bus.
Yeah.
Take it.
Done it. It's me.
I respect that
I've
so
fulfilled
much.
the
What a
contract.
fucking chess move from her, by the way.
9 months.
And I'll be honest with you, up the game a little bit for the first couple of months of them 9 months.
She did.
Stepped up a bit, where you were just like, oh, you know what, this is all right.
Like when
better than giving feedback, this.
it's like when a footballer's in the last year of his contract and he's like, I need to fucking earn the next
Shot
contract.
window.
She's like, her deal's running out and no one's coming in with an offer. She's like,
Get them
look,
steaks
these
on.
step overs here. These wages.
Trying not to get injured.
Must be a fucking good steak. You should just forget about it.
Hey, you know what? It was just alright steak. I'm just a bloke. It's just steak. I was, but in that time, that's like I'm ashamed of it. I shouldn't have cheated. Like you should just fucking like if you're gonna be in a position where you're cheating, the fucking relationship's over. That's where I'm at. But that was stressful as fuck. To get back to the point about people having 2 families, just the fact that my phone's there face down on the coffee table because anything that lights up could be a problem. The fact I had numbers saved as like 5-a-side teams.
Can I?
In my phone.
You
I
did?
ran a 5-a-side league, and I had like someone 5-a-side because I was being a dick.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Why is John from Five Side sending you a picture of his tits? That's weird. And he's got a cracking set on him. I've got to be honest. I think if you've got the, if you've got it within you as a person to have 2 families and morally be able to square it with yourself, even though you can't possibly square it with anyone else. If you square it with yourself and you're like, I'm comfortable with my actions here and I've got 2 families, and you go through all the admin involved of having 2 families, but you don't have 2 phones, then I think you're a fucking lunatic.
Aye.
Like you should, like, you've got to have one for one family and one for another.
Would you have 2 different personalities, like dress differently in that?
I would. Because
Just so
that's
you
the
can
only
separate it.
only reason I can see to do it.
No, but
then
like
what
down
happens-
there, I'm like, I love
So
dressing.
what? You get to like a service station. You're like an hour from home. Change up.
Put your moustache
I'm
on.
Other Adam.
Put your moustache on.
Oh,
Troy Hawk. You turn into Troy Hawk. You get your second family, like shoulders back.
Yeah. But like I
am
would.
I on the Samsung or the iPhone? Shit, I'm Samsung fucking tonight.
Like when you went to a new school for like a certain lesson, you're like, I can be anyone here. I can be fucking anyone. I'd be doing that with my new family.
Is that what you did?
Dead hard.
I'm a rapper.
Just reinvent yourself completely.
Yeah. But that's the only reason I can see it. Like, if you don't like yourself with that family, but you still love that family, you're like, do you know what? I really want to be a different me. Then you go and get another family and see if they like love that. You know
Be
what I
a
mean?
rapper elsewhere.
And then you come home one day and your first wife's like, hey, have you got 200 million views on YouTube on this? Bitches ain't shit cover.
No.
No. Sorry, no.
That is other Adam.
Oh, it's not me. He lives in Manchester with Melanie. Who's Melanie? I don't know.
I know, but she's a great mum. It's a child 5, 6, 7.
You'd end up slipping up. You'd end up going like, oh, do you remember we saw this last week? This film? She's like, no, I've never seen any films.
Aye.
Just caught you.
But I do that. I do that with my wife, and I haven't cheated on her. But I think I've seen a film with her, and I haven't. It's been with Daniel or something.
And she
Like,
thinks, yeah.
and I just thought she was there. Like in my memory, she was at the cinema with us.
Yeah, or an ex. Like sometimes, like I get confabulated memories with that. I'm like, hey, remember when we seen that? And they're like, that wasn't me. I'm like, you were there with your tits and your great. Oh no, that's not you.
Yeah,
I've only got one tit.
if I did that now, that would be bad. You know, because I've been with Laura for 10 years. I don't think. Right, do you remember that time we did that thing? Shit, that was 2008.
It's a 10-year-old film. It's a 10-year-old film, and it's still within your relationship time.
Oh, that was with Faye when we were ice skating.
Oh, that's definitely not allowed.
That was my relationship predates Tinder.
Same.
Natalie once asked us on Tinder, do you swipe left or right? I was like, I don't know. She was like, correct answer.
I used to have a go at my friends' Tinders just to have a go. It's just a game, innit? And I never got to play it.
Don't you just always swipe right? Isn't that the game? Just to see what mayhem you cause.
The game is to switch it to men, and then you do what you want.
I've seen my wife date with me Geordie mates where she'll have a go at their Tinder and get them laid. Like she's like delivered a couple of times for me Geordie mates by just being in the beer garden.
Because women know what women want.
Yeah. Oh, and it's not just the swipe; it's also the first messages.
So
Natalie actually does
That was a little while back. She got me mate Adam laid, and it was just in the beer garden at the stand. And like a week or two later, we got back in touch. Guy and I sealed the deal with that girl that you sorted us with on Tinder.
That could be
a wing woman. A wing woman.
She it's kind of like semi catfishing, isn't it?
Yeah. When Adam turns up, like, you all right? He sent these really nice messages
of my wife.
where he completely understands women. Then he's like, "You fucking gone for food then, or what?" You don't seem the same. You seem different in your messages.
Or at the other restaurant. Oh, we go for food then, or what? Thick him. It's on his dessert.
I think someone else was messaging me.
We're going for more food.
I'm glad I didn't fuck with dating apps though. I didn't think that wouldn't have worked for me. I don't think.
Why?
I didn't think I'm a picture kind of guy. Like, I tell you what, I never used to pull in nightclubs. Like, lasses aren't grinding up against this.
No, you're a long gamer.
But I'll make you laugh.
How did you meet Natalie?
Actually, I met her at a music festival. No mutual friends. Drugged up in a field.
Mad name for the music festival.
Yeah, Rock Nest it was.
What? Drugged up in a field.
No mutual friends festival.
Everyone goes on their own.
Rock Nest by Inverness by the lake. I took MDMA for the first time. I was coming up watching Deadmau5, and we kissed before we talked.
You got so loved up you met your fiance.
And I got laid that night. It wasn't her.
What?
Seriously?
Does she know that?
Aye.
She knows that. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
She does now.
She does now.
Sorry, what?
Podcast.
You got loved up, kissed Natalie, went off and fucked someone else.
So now I got with the other girl first because I was helping her set up my tent, and her mate ended up fucking off home, and she ended up hanging around with us. And Natalie had seen me at a gig, and I was back at the back of this gig with this other lass. Both were single, and she spotted me. There was a group of comedians talking to a group of her mates, and she just grabbed me and walked off with me.
Natalie did?
Yeah. And we kissed and we watched some music and we had a chat, and then we disappeared and never saw each other. And then I got back to the girl I was with, and then the next night I bumped into her again and we traded numbers. So, like, I mean, I was kind of looking out for her. I'll be real.
Was you?
Like, it's a small festival. And I was like...
That's a film waiting to happen, by the way.
I was like, I've got to find that girl from last night. There was a bit of, like, drugged up. Like,
where's she gone? Two? Yeah, the first one's just the first night. Yeah. It's like the first June. Doesn't really end. Just sets the next one up.
Correct. Shit film.
You know what I mean?
But I think it's quite... I think there's something, apart from the fact that I was going out with... Like, I hooked up with someone else that night. I think there's something romantic about meeting your partner in person. Like, your long-term partner who you spend the rest of your life with.
Yeah.
To meet them in the wild. Especially in... I do same as...
When you're at gigs and you ask how people met, it's like a little rarity that they're like, oh yeah, at a pub or just in real life, because it's so often now the dating apps.
10 years ago it was embarrassing. Oh, we met on an app, and I was like, yeah, of course you did. Everyone does.
Now I think they lie about which app it was. I think that's where the lie comes in. People are like, yeah, it's internet dating, and then they change it to the so it's not Plenty of Fish or
Cool One.
If you're still trying to meet people on Plenty of Fish, by the way, that app has rechanged its name to One Fish. No one's on it.
Just one fish.
That was the slaggy one, I think, back in the day. That was a bit like, ooh.
Wasn't it free?
Was it because of Brexit, the fishing quotas, man? No fish left in the North Sea.
Now it's like Hinge and Bumble is the ones you hear more often than not.
Bumble's an interesting one, isn't it? Because the women have to talk first.
Are they changing that?
Maybe.
Do I misremember that?
I don't think
I thought
so.
they were changing.
Did you know when you hooked up with your missus that you met in person? Did you? Because I didn't get Natalie's second name, and like I said, no mutual friends, so no connections. So I had no way of finding her on social media. Could you like go home after meeting her and then go and look through her pictures and?
Yeah, she worked with Adam.
Yeah, so
I knew her. Well, I knew her. I thought she was Polish. at first because of her name.
And then when he found out she wasn't, she was like, well, I'll make a move now.
Yeah, I was weird. He didn't know.
No, I'd never spoke to her.
He didn't know whether to get a quote for an extension or ask her out.
Can I have her number? I want her to do me paving.
Spoke to her for the first time. She offered me some sweets. I was like, oh. And then
She's a nonce.
she worked with Adam. And I just...
You got a number?
I will have, yeah. I used to leave... This is so soppy. I used to leave where I worked. I worked in Blue.
Yeah.
I worked in Blue when Adam and Serica worked in MV. I used to leave Blue about...
It's a 20-minute walk, that.
Yeah. And I used to leave Blue no later than 2, maybe 2:30 on a big day, 3. They'd finish work at what? 6. I'd wait in town to walk home. I'd go
in Liverpool City Centre
I'd
between
go and-
4
I'd
a.m.
go-
and 6
I'd
a.m.
go and sit-
Creepy guy on the corner, heavy breathing.
No, I'd go in to see
We'll carry
the
our
movie,
bag.
and then I'd go to like a bar on my own and sit and wait. And
By the way,
That's
the first
nice.
2 weeks of this happening, he wanted me to believe that there was nothing going on. So he was just like, yeah, I've just come to... I'm walking the way she's going, so I'm just going to walk. He lived
a 40-minute taxi ride.
He lived the next street to me. And I was like, oh, you coming to meet me to share a taxi home? He's like, no, I'm going to just walk with Serica. We're just friends now, so we're just going to walk. I'm going to walk it home.
It's just
and then like 2
platonic-
weeks in, I was like, Carl, you know I know? And he was like, yeah. But you can't tell Serica that you know. And it was only like last year that you were like, Adam always knew. And she was like, really?
Were you really that cards close to your chest that you wouldn't tell your best mate? Like,
No, he
getting the bait on
He
her?
didn't know, but she was like, "Oh, it's a secret." Blah blah blah.
Ah,
And
right.
then-
So you're just respecting her.
But I'd wait in. Remember Bar Red?
Yeah.
Shit old bar. I'd sit in there on my own for 3 hours and wait to walk home.
Where was Barrett again?
That is how you know he loves
Where
Serica.
Teddy's is now.
That's how you know he loves Serica, because he fucking hates bars.
Aye.
Like you are not, like you're not a
On me own.
sit on,
And
on
this
your
is
own.
when you didn't have internet on your phone. It wasn't
just raw dogged it.
just sitting there.
You used to... I didn't know this, by the way. You used to go to Bar Red on your own on a Saturday night and just get yourself a Diet Coke.
Just sit there, yeah.
That 19-year-old reading the papers a bit
if
weird.
ever I turned up late,
I holds in it.
I'd come to Envy a lot, but if ever, for whatever reason, I wouldn't say, I don't know, whatever reason. I remember going to Bar Red a fair few times, and then
Because you're in love.
and she lived in town. She lived in just on the outskirts of town. It was only a 15-minute walk. But I'd walk home, yeah.
What did you order to drink in Bar Red?
Oh, fucking hell. I mean, if I was bevying back then, it's probably like a vodka Red Bull.
But you wouldn't bevy on your own?
No, so I'd probably sitting there drinking a Diet Coke.
Oh, it's a fucking baby reindeer.
Club at 2 a.m.
Baby
It's Martha.
And you'd always take a
I'd have a
backpack to work.
Oh, yeah.
He sat in Bar Red on his own with a Diet Coke and a backpack on.
Looking like a fucking bomber.
Do you reckon the staff are like...
I nearly said Unabomber, but that's not.
Do you think the staff wonder where you went after a little while? You know, when you were there on like clockwork getting the same drink and then all of a sudden you disappeared?
Probably. I probably
Wait,
told
what's
them what
happening?
I was doing.
Aye.
But yeah, it was only a 15-minute walk, but, you know, best part of my week.
Isn't it mad that those people who work in Bar Red have known you're autistic longer than I have?
Want to walk a girl home?
You walking into a nightclub on your own on a Saturday night with a backpack and getting a Diet Coke and sitting in the corner is peak
Why have you made it
autism.
the corner? Like with this
The corner. Aye.
Why were you on the dance floor?
Diet Coke. Oh no, I'm just waiting for someone.
I've got a distinct memory of doing it, yeah.
Aye. Mine
Loud
was I kept booking gigs that I hated just so I could be up near her. Because the Glasgow Junglers was one of the worst, I thought. I don't know what you think, but that was...
I never done it.
It was not the most fun.
That was
Could
up there
be.
with the worst ones. But like, and because with the Junglers gigs as well, especially the bad ones, you kind of just get the ones you want because they're like, oh, somebody wants to do that one. Like, it's fucking horrible.
Oh yeah,
Nobody-
if you fall in love with a girl in Portsmouth, you can go and visit her as much as you want. 'cause that's the one that people
And I
didn't want.
just kept putting myself on a gig that I hated just so I could hang out with her. That was my pound of flesh.
Loving it. What
Aye.
happens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One day, Dan.
There's a good few comedy clubs that like
All the
would-
girls like, I want one day for someone with a backpack and a Diet Coke to wait for me for 3 hours. That's love. How he talks about Serica is unbelievable. He is. It is unbelievable.
Why do I feel like you're quoting Laura?
It's in the comments. It's in the comments. I want someone to love me like that.
Well, I'm taking babies. Sorry.
You're taking babies? Where?
How long has he been together now?
14 years. We're getting married next year.
Oh, nice.
Twice, 3
We
times.
just spent 14 years making sure Just like,
No, we never.
there must be something up.
We never wanted to get married. We don't.
Nah.
It was just.
You know what's nice about getting married? It's like kind of one card that you can play where you get all your pals together for one day. Like,
It's 3 days in Italy.
Yeah, exactly.
It was treating it as a let's go away with all our mates and have the most amazing week.
It's the best.
But there's another card that comes with it, which is the more fun card.
Which is the stag.
Yeah, which is the stag. It's a double layered fun card.
I think
Yeah.
Because you get to go, hey, you can't block it off because it's
I
important.
actually think genuinely, and
The wedding will be better than the stag. Fact.
I'm looking forward to Carl's wedding more than the stag, even though the stag's going to be great. We're going to Istanbul.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
For the wedding? No, for the stag.
For the stag.
Oh, you see.
For Besiktas.
That's got to be a pure best behaviour stag, though, right?
Carl is the best behaviour. He's a bit of a gimp.
Yeah.
I don't want no wool shit.
Did I ever tell you about the stag I organised last year in Benidorm, where I created a currency and an economy for he hated it.
This sounds cool.
He had a terrible time and it didn't go on well, so win for me.
Go on.
I basically took every belonging off him, down to his contact lenses, his braces, like his Invisalign, like everything off him. Right, and then give everybody these cards that were currency on one side, like a £5 or a £3 or whatever, and on the other side's a dare that he could choose to do. And it would be something like steal a chip off a stranger's plate, climb into one side of a taxi and climb out the other. But there was fucking hundreds to choose from. And I basically made it so if he'd done all of the dares, he can get all of his stuff back. If he does some of the dares, he can get some of the stuff back. So he has to put himself through humiliation to get the currency to buy his things back, which are locked in a room.
This is Carl's nightmare. By the way.
It was his nightmare. He had a terrible time. He referred to it as Guantanamo Bay. I was like, you didn't have to do any of the days. You could have just spent the day. Because as well, I had his phone and wallet on quite a high price. You have to do like the equivalent of about 15 days to get either of those things, because then you can just buy shit.
Yeah, that's what I'd be doing. I'd be just going, I'll buy all my new clothes then.
Yeah, well, we took his wallet off him. So you'd need to do enough days to get your wallet back.
Sounds good, this.
You're not in Istanbul. We get beheaded.
Get proper beheaded. You're like, sing the national anthem through the call for prayer. It's one of the days.
Who was this guy? Was this one of your old mates?
Matty, Geordie lad. Yeah.
Right.
Aye.
Because there's not all lads are going to accept the terms of this stag. Or, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
well,
it sounds like some of the boys from Blythe.
He told me that I'd made the perfect stag do for myself. He was like, if that stag do was for you, you would have nailed that. You would have relished in doing all of them days. There's a couple of lads on there that would have been the same. But he was like, for me, that was fucking hell. I just wanted to run the golf. I was like, wait, what are you making me your best man for? Bad move.
Have you been best man twice now? Were you Sloss's best man?
I'm coming up 6. 6, aye.
That's how you know you're a good guy.
One lad was married twice. So when I said you get one card,
you come up to 5 then.
Two.
Like that.
That's what I'm disclaimering. 6 with an asterisk, 5.
Okay.
So for 5 people, but 6 weddings.
That's good going, that, you know.
I'm happy with that. That makes us feel joy in my heart, you know.
Yeah, you must be lovely.
Huh?
You must be lovely.
You know what?
You've met him, you know. That's
I know.
I'm glad
That's Gina
You must be lovely. He says to the man he's known for 10 years.
Yeah, no. I mean, as like a as everyday friend.
I water the gardens of my friendships.
Yeah.
Like I'm in constant communication with all my pals. Like
It's not a lot of men do.
I'm there for them if they need us.
I'm there to ruin the stag do's.
Mate, I'm good at organising stuff because I can collect Avios points if I book stuff en masse. So it's really in my best interest to book 10 hotel rooms. I'm gonna get emails for that.
I'll do it.
And if you've got like 2 good mates, it's a deal breaker that you can make a good speech. So like it's probably stopped a couple of them sitting on the fence with who to choose, in the fact that they can have a stand-up comedian do the speech.
Yeah.
There's probably a little bit of that.
Have you not felt a lot of pressure?
Much more pressure as a stand-up comedian doing the speeches than before I was.
Yeah.
Doing a speech, because before I was, it was just like cheeky guys getting the fucking...
Because I'm so conscious of that with your wedding.
Yeah, but everyone's so confident you're going to smash it. He's kind of got to do a speech as well. He's going to run the event.
Dan's marrying him.
Aye.
He's the minister.
You're hosting it. That's going to be class. That's going to be so good.
Always the MC.
Hands proper shaking. Slosses and Matties got married in quick succession. 2 of my best mates. Hand proper trembling, holding the sheet. I didn't feel that nervous, but I looked at my hand holding the sheet. Fucking room, like loads of comics in the room and that. Yeah. Like the family's there, so you're playing to 2 different rooms. And like Matty married into an Indian family, So I'm just like, I want to make me comic friends laugh, but I also want to be accepted by Amia's family. So you just got to get the appropriateness and the over the heads of some people.
Yeah,
You've got to get that right. It's a tricky one to play.
Have you got it wrong yet?
During the best man speech?
Have you said something you're like, oh, you shouldn't have said that?
Nah.
Never know.
Nah, I've getting it right. I've getting it right every time so far. But that was the only time I feel like I've dropped the ball as best man when the best man didn't enjoy Stag. Like, he didn't enjoy it at all.
Oh, because you punished them?
Because I punished him. But like, to me, I had laminate cards for the currency and everything. So much thought went into it.
Yeah, you've designed a brilliant stag and then sort of made it for the wrong person.
Wrong person.
Right.
That's exactly what happened.
Like, if we turned up in Istanbul and went, hey, we've got all your stuff, took your clothes, like, I honestly think you'd be on a flight back from Istanbul.
Do you want to see the list of the days?
I'll do anything though.
Yeah.
Or would that be too much of a
though?
thing to read out? Should I go and get my phone and you can have a look at the?
We can do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on, we'll keep talking.
I'm not
I would
trying to
do
pay-
anything though.
What?
Like, you know that there's not much in public that I wouldn't do.
Oh, but
so if I bought into it, I'd do it. But it is probably a 50-50. But on the stag, I'd probably just go, fuck, I'm not going to be a game.
All right, okay. Because
I'm
my
not
worry
gonna
would
ruin
be
the
if I'd
stag.
went, hey, I'm thinking of doing this for Carl's stag, that your conviction of opinion, or like, you know, when you go, I'm not doing that, then I think
I can get back in.
I think there'd be a risk you go, lads, you either stop this right now
No,
or I'm
I think
going.
I'd be fair. I think I'd play the game if it was.
I'm like, obviously, Carl's stag is just going to be really nice and good. There's got to be a couple of things where he's like, oh,
yeah,
whatever.
there will be, and I actually kind of want to do some because I also relish that as well sometimes.
Little people strippers.
Right, so basically what happened is I've got this list of days. I've checked the ones that he actually did when he was on the stag. So there's a bunch of them that he didn't do that you got to look through, and they're actually quite easy, some of them.
Okay.
Because they choose your own adventure.
Carl, let's have a decide on whether you do,
and then
do this in Istanbul.
because he's a person that nurses his pint, right? So it was £5 per day. Because he's a man who nurses his pint, right? I'm like, you're never going to have to buy a pint. Everybody in this group, with 20 people, they'll each buy you a pint. But there's got a card where you get £3 every time they buy you a pint. So like, you come up to me again, can I have me pint now? You get them a pint and you give them £3. That goes, you can buy stuff back with that. Shots, £2. So everybody gets your pint, everybody gets your shot. You're not nursing your drinks anymore because you need the money.
That's
so
a good system.
You're
I
getting
like
paid
that.
to drink. Mate, I put so much thought into this. Like, I fucking worked out the economy on like how easy he could have it and how hard he could have it, depending on how he chose his adventure. I thought what he would do is get people, everybody's got an envelope with like 7 days in. He'd get them to put it down, going, definitely not doing that, definitely not doing that, keep that one. I'm going to think about doing these 3. I thought he would be measured. He dug his heels in and went, I fucking hate this.
I definitely wouldn't do that. I'm fair game when it comes to having a laugh.
And then there was a couple of lads that thought the game was, I've got to force you to do it. And I had to go to them, look, you're not forcing him to do shit. He comes to you, he chooses that right, I want to brush my teeth, I want my toothpaste. What's the easiest day that you've got here? So have a look.
That was one of the days then.
Before you even started, there could be a massive like planning meeting about this. Like, if I was him and I was like, right, we've got to think about this tactically, there could be a good hour in a pub just sort of weighing up what we do.
It's a great stag do for the right person. This is a great stag do.
I honestly think it's a good business idea. My wife wanted to make it a game that you could sell.
Yeah.
Because
This is fucking
Stag
so
Monopoly.
much. So these are £5 days. Here's the ones he did. So beat a guest of your choice in a 100-metre sprint.
That made
choose
him
the
sick.
fat lad.
That was
You
actually
choose the fat
he
lad.
chose the fat lad, beat him and spewed up everywhere because he'd done it straight after his paella.
Show a girl how many one-handed press-ups you can do.
None.
It's so easy. I can't do that.
Can't do any, look.
He can't do any, but he would have to go, watch this.
I'd do that.
Order food in English using a racist Spanish accent.
I mean, I could do that.
Blow a raspberry on a fat man's belly. Did he have to ask permission for that or just go up and do it?
He just did it with one of the guests. He did it with one of his mates, yeah.
Steal a light bulb from a bar, okay. Acquired a pair of knickers. Got that done. Do a hole of golf with a golf ball in your mouth. Fuck that. Pour a glass of water over one of the lads. Class. Line up all of the lads and put them in order of who you find the most to least attractive.
How much was that
Oh, Carl would love doing that.
I finished last. I think he had it in for us.
Yeah, I get it.
Smell a girl's hair. Fucking Biden. Ask a dog walker how old their dog is, and when they tell you, say, hot.
I do all these on a special.
What was the wild cards?
Wild cards is the ones that you have to do, otherwise you're bankrupt and I take your money off you. So you can't say no, but any money that you've accumulated and not spent, I take off you.
Okay.
Wow.
Swap clothes with can, drink, down your drink, drop and give me 20 press ups, do that there again. Sit under the table for 10 minutes. Show me your cock.
Oh, there'd be such a good time to use that.
Down one of the lads' drinks of my choice. Wear my room's outfit for 2 hours.
Oh yeah, so every room had an outfit to put them in, and basically it was a wild card to wear the thing. So there was like a Jimmy Savile outfit. Like each room of mates that were like bundled into one room, they had like choice of what this.
So here's some more that he didn't do. That I'm going to pick some of my favourites off the list you've got. So borrow a condom off a stranger.
Borrow? Means you give it back.
you got to give it back.
Ask a bouncer nicely for a little kiss on the cheek.
One thing I want to add as well is it was up to the person given the dare whether he'd executed it to the standard. So some people were quite lenient with like how other people would go, nah, you've got to try harder, that's not enough.
Ask a random bloke if he needs help putting his suntan lotion on. Take aftershave out with you and spend 10 minutes in the toilet saying freshen up for the punani to people as they come in. Cut eye holes in a newspaper and walk up to the sunbathing girls on the beach and look at them through it.
That had to be a high currency one.
Spend an hour with your clothes.
I just made them all a $5, so you could just choose.
Spend an hour with your clothes on back to front, shoes on the wrong feet and sunglasses upside down. Poo somewhere that isn't a toilet. I do that accidentally, to be honest with you. Start a conga, 6 or more people in the line. Where was the one I seen before? I just went past it. Spit up in the air and catch it in your mouth. Kai!
He didn't have to do it.
It's his spit.
You don't have to do any of these things. Enjoy your holiday in your underpants.
Just spit. Just spit.
Oh, so we didn't... the way we started him off was in skin-coloured hot pants and a T-shirt, that looks ripped. Like it looks like you've got a 6-pack and pecs. So he just looked naked. It was like skin-tone clothes. So he didn't start naked, but that's all he had.
See, my worst nightmare is when you see a stag and they're like, oh, he's got clogs on and a pink wig. For me, put like jeans that don't really fit on and shoes I don't like.
Do you know they got me on my stag? It was like one person's job to dress me, and they'd done like a charity shop dress. It was actually Milo McCabe, because everybody had a specific role of like what I had to drink or what I had to eat or what I was wearing on my workout routines. Like, and they were just like forcing us. Like, I was kind of class because I was just living like a child. Like, I didn't have to make any decisions. But Milo had just like made us look like almost like I was in fancy dress, but like I could be just dressed like that.
Yeah.
So like,
that's what I did to my mate Matt. It all fit him. Like it was all his size, but it was gross.
Yeah.
But it was like a white silk waistcoat, pink tie, really bad shirt. Yeah. Like leathery trousers. But it looked like he was like, yeah, I'm a goon, and this is what I wear.
Yeah, I just looked super unfashionable, and it was like a disaster if I got separated from him.
No, see, I'd put Adam in like boot cuts and like a pair of like Admiral shoes.
You could just honestly just put Adam in
Paul Smith.
Just put Adam in my clothes. You'd be absolutely horrified.
No, I like his gilet. Watch an entire episode of Selling Sunset and give us a full breakdown of the episode.
They're going weird.
Selling it for free.
Go to the bar and suck your thumb until you get served. Rummage through an outdoor bin for something you can use and use it for its intended purpose. And here's my favourite one. Bleed.
Oh my God.
Well, I'm not saying cut yourself and bleed, but like, if he does end up bleeding, he can go, and who's got the bleed one? Yeah. And fucking look at this.
We could
do that as
we could do this as a special. I
think we should do this.
Oh my God.
Just call it Kai Day.
Kai,
would you run it for us?
Would you come and be on one of our specials?
You could be the banker.
If we do your stag, like, you've obviously gone and you love this guy, but it didn't quite work out as a stag. What if we made this happen as a special?
And who would we use?
I think we'd have to rotate for, if say we go away for 3 days or whatever, we'd have to rotate who was doing it that day. Yeah. So it can't just be one person.
Could it be all of us?
And what we'll do is, so I think
at once
we'll do it maybe in teams and then individually.
Yeah,
and whoever banks the least money on the last day has to do a ridiculous forfeit.
Yeah. All right, so you wouldn't be like trying to get the pot for your clothes back and your toothpaste back and necessities. You'd just be trying to get more money than the other team.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I think this is a discussion to be had off pod, but I like it.
Anyone want to go Benidorm?
Oh my, I love that. I think it'd be fucking great. 2 teams.
Kai, got it.
Yeah,
Kai's
the
got to
banker.
come.
Kai's the banker, yeah.
So we need another team member.
It's not 2-2s.
What's Sloss doing?
I was in make them a team as well.
Oh, Kai's, is it? Are we not doing a 3 and a 3?
Okay.
We'll discuss this.
I love it.
So it's all 3 people are trying to get through the days as a 3.
We'll figure this out as we
Yeah.
as we plan it properly.
I think we've got some kinks to iron out.
There'll be some kinks to iron out,
but I think the stag do special.
Yeah.
Even though it's not a stag do.
Yeah.
The
stag do
and
special.
luckily,
The
one of us
pseudo-
is getting married soon.
The pseudo stag do special.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go. Call it Carl Stag if you want.
No. Because you have the proper one.
Man,
I'll have the prop on as well.
all the days are there written. We've got it. It's like it's ready to go.
Right. I'm very interested.
You might have to up it because we do shit anyway. We've probably done half of them for a laugh.
You know what? I figured out the economy on that based on like what he would need and what he would want and like what was essentials and luxuries and stuff. But like there could be another way of looking at it. Where you go, right? That one's a £2 one. That one's a £3 one. That one's
yeah.
That's
We'll have to split it
So you
like
could
that,
go
yeah.
through all them and everyone could vote on how much each one's worth, and then you could just do a race to the highest currency.
Yeah.
Do that.
Break time.
And it includes boozing.
Lads, do us a favour, yeah? You love us, don't you? You love this podcast. That's why you're listening to it. And especially if you're watching on YouTube, helps us immeasurably. If you go and leave a comment, like, subscribe, and turn the bell on, it sends us through the roof with the algorithm. It costs you absolutely nothing apart from half a second of your life and helps us no end. And you can follow us on socials, can't you, Dan?
Dude, yeah. Have a word pod. I nearly said my handle then. Have a word pod. Just give us a follow and comment, and don't just like something. Retweet it, share it, put it on your stories.
Just be sound.
Yeah,
Costs
be a-
nothing to be nice.
Be a good egg. I tell you who's good on tour. Kai Humphries.
Oh, is he not? I'm going everywhere as well. Let's say everywhere. The UK tour is relatively contained, most of the major cities, but then I'm going off to Europe, and I'm going to do most capital cities in Europe and a couple of little side quests as well.
Cool.
So it's going to be a proper journey.
Doing Bradford?
I'm not doing Bradford. I'm starting in Bristol.
Okay.
I'm going to Bath.
Coventry?
Not doing Coventry, but Leicester's on there.
Exeter.
Not doing Exeter. The near, you know what? Maybe not all the major cities in the UK. I'm doing Chelmsford. I'm obviously doing Newcastle a few times. Glasgow. Going back to Edinburgh, even though we've done a fringe festival there. We're going back to perform to Scottish people instead of tourists, which is always nice.
Leighton Buzzard?
Nah, coming to Liverpool, but Manchester.
One of the big ones.
Where are you doing, Liverpool? Hot water?
Yes, which I've never been to the new venue yet, so that'll be my first time.
I'm doing it tonight.
Oh yeah,
I'm back there a few times before. I haven't done it loads. I've only done it like 3 or 4 times, maybe since it opened. But I'm doing it quite a bit now before the end of the year.
I need to get down there.
Yeah. Where can people get tickets for the whole tour?
my website's got all of them on www.kaihumphries.com.
Still says www.
Mate, I always say www.
Is that on the World Wide Web?
2 W's.
Oh, yeah, it is, yeah.
http://www.
You need the S for
Jesus, he's
Skyhumphries.com hyperlink. Yeah, so all of the gigs are on there because obviously Live Nation's doing the UK, but you'll not find the European dates on that. So,
And
my
having
website
just had
is the best one.
Kai on a couple of my Fiend shows, I can, you're on unbelievable form at the
Cheers,
moment.
mate.
Your stuff is fucking brilliant.
I am really enjoying this batch of new material. I think that's the nicest thing about doing a new tour is you get a new batch of shit that you can use, and you get a new lease of life, and you just get a spring in your legs again as a comic.
Wait. I'm so bored of the hour I've just done. And it's a really good hour, and I'm really proud of it, and the special looks and sounds great and is on the way for people who keep asking every 3 days. There's a lad who messages me on Instagram every twice a week, just going, "Hey lad, any news on your special?" I'm like, come on. Like, I've never once accepted this message request. What do you think the 17th time?
Which is really, it's nice because he really wants to see a special, doesn't he?
It's amazing, and it makes me feel bad for being about someone who's clearly one of the biggest fans in the world.
Yeah.
But it's just I won't announce a new special via DM. Like you'll see the post.
Oh, you'll know
It'll be
about it. I'll
fucking
sing it
everywhere.
from the rooftops if there's something to be seen. Like you didn't miss it, and you're messaging me for the.
But I'm so excited to
inside
start some
scoop.
new stuff. I've booked a 4-night run-in at the Jacaranda to just start again, where I can do as long as I want. And I start again tonight. I've got some new bits I'm going to try at Hot Water and some very old bits that I'm going to try and clip.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's nice as well when you go in with an idea for a bit and the laughs kind of come in different places to what you're expecting, so you start expanding different bits, like growing the material. Sometimes by the time it's finished and ready to tour, it looks nothing like the thing that you started with.
Yeah.
But like just having the fucking stepping out your comfort zone from doing tried and tested stuff that you know is working to get on stage in front of an audience and thinking this might not go down that well, and then growing it to stuff that like eventually smashes.
I end up with too much. I always have an idea and I overcomplicate it and muddle my way through it, and there'll be one big laugh, and it'll in its first 10, 15 tries will go down to that, because I'll go, hang on, that wasn't really funny. That's the funny bit. And then it builds back out from there.
Yes,
and I love that.
You boil it down, then
the
regrow.
initial first laugh is unbelievable. Then you tighten it up, and then it grows and evolves.
It's so subtle getting the tone of a bit right as well, where sometimes if you just get the tone wrong, you can come across mean-spirited when you're actually trying to be tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah.
And you just have to run it through a couple of times just to get the tone of that bit right, especially if it's contentious.
Yeah.
And I think the audience can pick up if you're not 100% where the footing is. You know, when you know a bit, you're like, no. Trust me, I've got it.
Yeah.
I know where this is going. I think a nervy crowd can pick up when you're like, you don't know what you're on about. And you're like, no.
And as well, going off notes is all right for your memory, but if you're doing a bit that needs momentum and you're looking at notes in the middle of it and the momentum's more important than getting the words right sometimes.
I talked to you in
So you just
Newcastle.
need to drill it.
And I might try this for the first time in fucking years, but when you've got a bit working that you've tried on, so you've taken your notebook, you've had your idea, you work through it in the spoken word, in a conversational style, then you get it working, then you write it out to try and like add to it or like almost like finesse it. I've never done that before.
Yeah, because I write it out after I've done it out loud. Like I'll have bullet points and notes, and then I'll hard write it, like, because obviously I write like a fucking. I speak a lot better in my head and on the page.
Everyone does though.
Like if I just wrote the way I talk, it would just be like red and green squiggly lines all the way down the page. And I'll go through writing, correcting all them, and then I'm not going to speak the Queen's English as I read out this thesis that I've just wrote. Like I need to sound like me.
But you try it on stage from just the bullet points.
Yeah.
Get it working.
Yeah. Or I'll
And
maybe
then
have like
take
short notes or little lines. There's like little notes on my phone, and then I'll kind of copy the notes off my phone onto a page document and print that out. So I've got my phone notes, but like as a coherent thing that isn't interspersed with other phone notes. Like, so there's all my phone notes there, and I'll kind of do it off that first.
I think I could tell like the stuff about Natalie with the Quran.
Aye.
You can see that there's real writing gone on, and I was blown away in Carlisle.
Yeah, that was it's nice as well when like something happens in life that you can go, right, that's a story that I don't need to write down to tell. I can tell that story as it happens, but then once you've told the story a few times, you add punchlines and you add little bits to it, because you're like, I know how this story goes, so I don't need to flex my memory on remembering the words I've wrote down.
Yeah. I'd love a 10-minute bit at the moment. I remember there was one point years ago, I had 2 10-minute bits and I just rolled in. Like, I didn't have to write anything down. I just went Kevin Hart and then fucking Student Neighbours.
Yeah.
That was my whole set list, because I'd managed to just grow them out. And the confidence when you're like, I know this ends funny, it starts funny, it's got a middle, and then all of a sudden you just add in big laughs all the way through it. Oh, it's super.
What happened with Juicy, with my last special? I was like, I'm just going to tell this story and then figure out how to make it funny as I'm telling it again and again. And my plan was to really shrink it down. It was Alfie Brown who was like, that's going to get longer, not shorter, because every detail in it is necessary. And there's just not quite enough punchlines yet. So it can only get longer from where it is. And he was right, it went from 40 to an hour. And but it's an example of what you're talking about, where it's just like, I don't have to punch this, like, I don't have to create a fake bit of this story. Because the story, you would tell the story in a pub anyway, and people would enjoy it and like it and laugh and whatever. So there's no artifice to the end of it. You don't have to be like, and then bam, this happened, hey, when it obviously didn't.
Yeah.
Like when you've got a story that just works on its own, and you would just tell it in a pub and it doesn't need a a forced end.
Yeah, and also like I respect people that do, but putting the backbone in first, and that's what the show's about. And then I add the jokes. What I tend to do is like get me thoughts out. Like I say, notes on my phone, little spots on stage. Get all my thoughts out and look at them and try and rearrange them into a way that's coherent. And go like ask myself afterwards. I've dug all of these little bits out of my own subconscious. Now what's it about? And you can kind of add what it's about after you've got all the parts. So like it started off with this one where it's called Gallivanting and it's about traveling, and I've got all these like stories from places I've been around the world and immersing myself in other cultures and like marrying into a Muslim family and having a Ukrainian living in my house. And I eventually realized that like my worldview has completely changed from the small town Blythe lad who might have been fucking raiding a Greggs if I just read the news and stayed in my small town, right? Like to the fact that I've immersed myself in the world and I've got a much broader worldview, and it's like a lot of my opinions come out in my stand-up based on the experiences I've had travelling and the education I've had, because I was let down by the education system. I didn't have a good run at school, but I feel like I've learned a lot from just being a fucking citizen of the world. And I feel like that came out in my show where I was like, oh right, this is actually where I'm getting all my opinions from, is from just having my eyes open when I've been travelling.
Nice. I've got a Fiend show on Wednesday the 2nd of October. I'm playing the Southport Comedy Festival. Mike Rice, Ishan Akbar, Dean Coughlin and myself.
Great.
It's like well worth a shout. We've sold 250 tickets. It'd be nice to sell a few more.
Hey, they watching Bologna that night.
They were so fun. The Fiend shows. The Fiend shows that we did in Carlisle. I've been speaking to me agent about adding a Carlisle date to the tour by the time this comes out, so hopefully Carlisle will be on that
We've shouted
list.
out the old fire station in Carlisle a few times, but it's unbelievable. You were part of one of the best shows I've ever done.
What a venue that is, man. Yeah. Oh, the Newcastle one, that was fucking so good. It was stacked, and then we had a belter night out after, and I woke up like, how the fuck I got back to bed, I don't know. Like, you know when you wake up in bed and you're going, fucking sweet, man. This could have been anywhere in the world that I woke up. And it's fucking in bed.
That was you getting me home on Sunday night. Appreciate it. Have you got anything that you would like to put into room 102?
Yes.
To just disappear from human existence for all of time?
Right. I do bits on this, but I'm not going to bit you. I'm just going to throw it in there and we'll put it in room 102.
You can do bits, mate.
We don't mind it.
Double-barreled second names. They have to stop. They've only got one.
They have to stop.
They've only got one generation of shelf life, because if you've got a double-barreled second name, then you have a child. Then you have to do the same. It's exponential.
Yes, they just end up with the longest.
You end up with a fucking sick, because it would go.
Does anyone do that? Has anyone got like a quad surname?
Well, it's one generation away from that, because we've got the generation of adults now who have got like Calvert-Lewins. I'm going to end up bitting you here.
I thought Calvert-Lewin as well.
Yeah, because I use Calvert-Lewin and Parker Bowles in my bit to squish
Very
together as a
shagging.
quadruple, because it's the poshest combination of four that I could think of to put together, and then you've got four, and then you would have 16. It doesn't just go double, treble, quadruple; it goes exponential. So it has to stop after one generation. It's a selfish as fuck move by the parents, because you're making a compromise. I am starting to bit you now. You're doing a compromise that suits both of the parents, but it encumbers the child.
So
because the child can't do what the parents did, it stops there.
We're talking about this because obviously, I mean, we're getting married, but she's keeping her name.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're not planning to have kids. We're like, if we do, what do we do?
Well, I think you have to have a discussion and choose one.
Because she wants to keep her name going.
And I get that. I love the philosophy of it. It's progressive. It's questioning a social norm. That's worthy of inquiry.
But my name is already being kept going by the people in my family who've got male kids.
But then there's
so
also...
I'm like, that's gonna, well, not that I'm even asked, but like...
There's a little bit of emasculation to it, though, where you feel like... you feel like she's got down on one knee and proposed to you. You're like, you're breaking a tradition here that makes me look like...
Well, I said, she went, we'll have a frith Reigler. And I went, yeah, cool. And she went, why are you so happy? I went, because one of them always gets spewed and it'll be the middle one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the lad we know took one of them because he couldn't be arsed being double-barreled.
Yeah.
So sometimes they just make it part of the middle names, don't they?
That's
You
what I
base
mean.
it like, it's not even double, but that's a thing that people do. It's basically the wealthy, isn't it? If you, like, not to have a go at Will Hutchby, but he's posher than we realise, and he's got so many fucking middle names. There is like an aristocratic thing of like you just start whacking in heritage names in there.
Do you think that's
not
why,
the same as double barrel, is it?
You know, when you've got the Portuguese, or not Portuguese, the Brazilians that have got like really long names, and then they just boil it down to Ronaldo or Fred.
Oh, pick
or
a
Malcolm.
name.
Do you think what they've done is just got fucking out of hand with the way they name their kids and gone, well, fuck this, just call him Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Like,
Call us share.
yeah, because
I do think that's what it is.
I think it's got to go in room 102 because it's fucking up a system. It's like the system's broken the minute you go one generation further than the double barrel.
See, we're talking about it. I'm not massively into it, but then I'm like, because we'll both be stubborn and go, well, I want my name, and she'll say, well, I want mine.
Yeah.
And the compromise is.
So the compromise suits you and her. You can both go. You can both go, right, we've just agreed on this. But think of your child's perspective, growing up with that name, and then they meet the double-barreled second name partner.
They meet Camilla Parker Bowles' kid.
What conversation do they have to come to the same compromise that you did?
Do they pick it? Yeah.
Do you pick one of each of the names? Do you go, I'm going to have dad's name and you're going to have mum's, and then all of a sudden you've.
By the way, Carl,
you've undone
this
it.
is how you win this argument, by the way, against there. You fuck it. you fucking use this. You say no. So, like, it would ruin the kids' opportunity to do the same thing.
It's super selfish
of us. And when it's a 50-50 split, you go with tradition and you win.
Yeah, but we're not traditionalists in the slightest.
You know,
you are, though.
No,
you wish you weren't, but you are. You're having two weddings. One's in Italy, and it's a full fucking big bastard swat wedding.
Carl,
we're not traditionalists in any way, shape, or form.
Is there a way to make one name out of the two?
Because that Reigler.
There you go.
Just Rith.
I've got friends whose surname are Fox and Woods, and they're getting married. And Foxwoods would be a good one name. Double-barreled second name. So if you've got an opportunity to just merge your names, that would be the best.
That's what I genuinely suggested to Laura, because she was like, I'm taking your name. I was like, I know, but there's a history to that in there. And I'm like, I'd be happy to have the conversation. She was like, no. But then the amalgamated names, that's a new level of wank in it. I'm Nightingale, she's Ross. And it would have been Night Ross. Nitros.
Nitros, yeah.
Nitros would be class.
Danny Nitros, lad. He died of an overdose.
Jack Nitros, that'd be your kid's name.
Oh, that's balloons, isn't it? When you take balloons, is that Nos?
Jack Nos, they call him.
Or Rossingale.
Rossingale and Nitros, that's two different sides of the tracks.
That sounds like a suburb of like Lancashire, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
It was a Rossingale.
Does Rob Reilly run a gig there?
He fucking defo does.
Okay, even though we're having to again, kids aren't on the calendar, but I agree, they are a bit wanky, aren't they?
I think Frithler's really good.
Frithler.
I think let's go back to the
Adolf Frithler.
The Nordic way of doing it, where it'll be Carlson.
Yeah, because he's my son. I think we should just fight for it.
Seltzer, shut up.
Just call your kid Romario and get on with it. Sound.
Just give him one name.
Yeah.
There's no real obvious fix for it without breaking tradition.
Because the world changes and the girls are like, I don't want to lose my name, which
I'm
fine with.
They have to change their signature, which is something I didn't even consider going into it. But Natalie, all of a sudden, her signature is different. Like, I've never had to go through that. I never had to get married and then practice a new signature.
Is she all right?
Huh? She's actually got a broken finger at the minute. She broke her finger playing dodgeball.
Humphries is a motherfucker.
I'm gonna put her broken finger down. She plays dodgeball, my missus. Did you know that?
That's cool.
She's done her
Your
finger
missus
in.
plays dodgeball.
She was with Patches O'Houlihan and took a span out of the tip of her finger.
Why don't you pick a brand new name?
Yeah, I was thinking.
Like just out of the, you could be anything.
Because her a maiden name that could have been in her family, but the woman chose to not take it, was Panther, which I've said before.
No, what?
Serica could have been. Serica's name could have been Serica Valentine Panther.
Wow.
You can't do that, by the way. You can't become Carl Panther. I'll never look at you the same again.
I will.
Carl Panther.
Panther's a sick saying.
Sensei Panther.
Someone chose
that is a sex offending dojo, isn't it?
Row.
You're just gonna
go.
It's all become the
It's
Rose.
like Row Mario, but just with the best bit. Row. Mario's busy.
Row and Mario.
Row.
No. Hang on, do you know what? I say yes. I'll get home later and I'll say to Seneca, right, we're getting married and we're having this contentious thing about surnames. Let's choose the name Rowe and then I'll voice record their reaction.
Please do.
My mother's maiden name was Jordan, and I feel like if my name was Kai Jordan, I would have definitely become an athlete. Nothing could have stopped us becoming an athlete if I was called Kai Jordan.
Sounds like you also have a breakfast show on Capital.
Yeah,
Mornings with Kai Jordan.
Oh no, you've made
Prime Time with Kai Jordan.
I think you're just thinking of Michael Jordan, and he's so much bigger and blacker than you are. I don't think it's just a surname.
Jumpman.
It looks like he cries orange juice. Have you seen his eyes now?
What?
It looks like he cries Capri Sun. The whites of his eyes are orange.
Are they?
Yeah.
Our family, before it was Cullivers, when everyone had to change the name about 100 years ago, was Zingle. So I'd have been Finley Zingle.
You were Zingle.
Finley Zingle.
Job.
Yeah, Zingle.
Finn Zingle.
Yeah.
You sound like a game
Dak
show host.
Zingle.
You're wearing a sparkly jacket with that one. Like.
Yeah.
Finn Zingle.
It's quite, effeminate.
Zingler. Let's just keep saying words.
Finn Zingle.
Romario.
If I took Natalie's name,
Frickler.
it would have been Kai Ling, which does sound like Chinese.
Sounds like an emperor, doesn't it?
Kai Ling.
My mum's maiden name was Handley. It's not very fun. Adam Handley.
Adam Handley.
Adam Handley. Sounds like a normal bloke.
Selling insurance, that guy.
Sharples.
Selling insurance.
My mum was Sharples.
None of our secret questions on mother's maiden names before you go, I'm going to hack his fucking MySpace, lads.
Actually, one of mine might be bleep that.
Yeah, what's the name of your first pet?
Sparks.
Sparks Hanley
Sanjay.
is going to solve the
What?
case.
You had a fist
First
called
pet.
Sanjay. Yeah.
You had a pet called Sanjay.
Yeah,
You've got
goldfish.
Alzheimer's. You've said this lots.
I know.
Does it get in?
It's going in.
It goes in.
Should we go in?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, that was a long one.
Do you know why it goes in? Because Calvert-Lewin's shit.
Yeah, aye.
There you
That'll
go.
be in Newcastle soon.
Alexander Arnold's good though, so
Yeah, and it's a good name, innit? That's better than either Alexander or Arnold. Trent Arnold, he'd be shite at footy.
Trent Alexander.
He'd be all right.
He sounds like he plays for the fucking
Plays lower league.
Denver
he plays
Broncos.
Quidditch.
Yeah. Alexander Arnold, though, is a fucking...
Yeah, it's a cool name.
have you got any more?
Yeah, I want to put star signs in for the simple fact I'm Cancer the Crab, and that just fuck off. Fuck off with Cancer the Crab. You can't have like,
Straight in.
I'm a scorpion, I'm a lion, or I'm a crab. What's your name? Cancer. It's like fucking AIDS the mud skipper. It's like, give us a fucking decent one, or I'm not playing. I'm taking my ball home. I'm not buying into astrology because you give me
But
Cancer
they are
Crab.
real. You know? They do actually matter. You know?
Well, yeah, give us the bear or something. Give us something that's cool sounding.
So you want to put yours in?
Like,
Let's put cancer in.
like you, I put cancer in room 102, but not the illness. The illness. That's keeping the population down. I'm pro cancer, but the star sign. Get in the bin.
Yeah. I used to read my horoscopes in the newspaper and then try and make it happen. This is when I was like 11.
Was that, what was his name? Russell someone? Russell the guy?
Grant.
Russell Grant. He was your guy, wasn't he?
Who's that?
Isn't he the actor?
The star sign guy. The big camp one.
The camp one.
Oh no, mine was Mystic Meg, I think.
I think he was.
Mr.
I think he was
Velocity?
the next big one. I think Russell Grant was more like late 80s, early
Russell
90s.
Grant was like newspaper print. Was Mystic Meg was as well, wasn't
She did the lottery.
What?
She did the lottery.
Aye.
Yeah?
Oh, did she do star signs as well?
Yeah, she used to tell me every day what I was going to have for me dinner. And
She
But
start, I think she started
Well,
doing.
your
I wouldn't
mum.
make that happen.
what?
Is that not your mum?
What's your star sign though?
Capricorn.
Capricorn.
Oh, he's such a
And there's a
Capricorn.
million
Such a
women
Capricorn.
watching this now going, he's such a
Capricorn.
Capricorn!
There's loads of people going, Kai's such a cancer. But
Boise.
like, imagine if fucking star sign was, yours is motor neurons. Like, I don't want that one.
Pisces. Pisces, Mr. Nightingale.
No, I'm a Sagittarius.
Are you just on
Of course you are.
No, I
doing
just
that.
want
Just keep
someone in the
running that
comments to
joke.
go, oh my God, he's such a Sagittarius.
You're the Pisces.
I'm
aren't
a
you?
Pisces, yeah.
Me too.
What a bag of shite. I love tuna.
What are you, Finn?
We've done this before. I'm on the cusp. I'm 2, depending on who reads it.
Gemini.
Virgo and Libra.
Okay, you can actually straddle them, can you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it not like on the stroke of midnight, your whole fortune's changed
Like
depending on whether you
Cinderella.
were a second later?
Yeah, it's like Cinderella.
Yeah.
100% you can have that one in,
Cinderella.
Kai. Have you got one more?
Can we keep rolling? I've
Yeah.
got another one. I don't know if this is too like vague a thing, but you know when you go to your friend's house and their toilet seat doesn't stay up, It flops down.
Wow. Yeah?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Right, I've called a friend into the toilet to hold the toilet seat up for us while I've pissed because I'm like, this is your problem. Why is it my problem?
You're not coming to ours.
The only
do
good
that.
thing, if it's a slightly slow closing one, you can play the
You
game.
get a game.
Yeah,
You have to try and piss before it comes down.
Yeah.
A
And then,
soft close.
nip it and then wait a couple of seconds and then start pissing through the hole.
Yeah.
Do you know if I go to someone's house and they have one of those seats that won't stay up, I piss, and if it touches the seat, I'm leaving it there, I'm not wiping it up. That's your toilet. It's your problem.
Everything about that rings
that,
true.
yeah.
You've give up a little bit as well. Like I think if your toilet isn't staying up for a piss, that means you've just resigned yourself to sitting down pissing. Which, you know what, no harm in that. You want to fucking scroll through your socials, have a sit down.
I sit
but
down
not
for a
every
week.
single piss. Have the option of the quick one. You're not even giving yourself the
After
option of the
11
quick
p.m.,
piss.
I feel like it's a useful sit-down piss.
Uh-huh.
I'm not ready to give myself up to old
But man,
age just yet.
always give yourself the option of sitting down or standing up. Never just resign to your fate because of a dodge. Love yourself, man. Fix your toilet seat.
Fix your toilet
Fix
seat.
your fucking toilet seat. One of the
That
first
is
things.
annoying.
Should we just do it the minute you get out of bed, going, that fucking toilet seat's fucking bane of my life. I'm embarrassed in front of me guests. I'm fixing that immediately.
That's a perfect room 102, by the
Never
way.
ever thought it, but I do despise that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Golden.
Oh, fucking while we're here, these fucking bottle lids.
No, I like them now.
You like
I
them?
have
now?
changed.
I like them. I've done a complete 180 on
They're,
these.
they're, let us tell you why. It's like having a fucking string on your mittens. It's like having a string through your mittens at your top. You won't drop your mittens, but I'm a grown-ass man. I'll fucking keep a hold of my own lid, thanks.
But it means when you go to the match, you get your cap on your.
And you don't lose your mittens.
You don't use your mittens. Yeah.
Oh, do they not take them
You
off?
don't take it off no more. No. I got a bottle of
that's interesting.
Coke Zero the other day and it kept the lid on.
Wonder what they do at gigs. Because they always used to take the lid off, didn't they?
If we're gonna be tampering with the lids on stuff, why don't we get a Coke can that can open, spin round, and pop shut?
What?
Why can't you just open your Coke can and then get the lid that you've just opened, spin it round, and pop it shut? Why is that not a thing? Why we're fucking on with that when
to
there's
be
a
able to
real problem that can do with
close.
solving immediately?
You know when you said before the education system's failed, yeah? You're so right, because I think if you'd had a proper education, you'd have made that by now and the world would be a such better place.
Yeah. Billionaire.
Because that's
Yeah.
a great idea, but you've got absolutely zero of the
mate, my
applicable
input-
skills to make it happen.
My input to the world is putting it out there on fucking podcasts, hoping somebody does it. Hoping someone just fucking has the drive to do that.
Have you ever seen Tom Segura's bit about his cousin who just claims to invent stuff all the time, but it's just like the idea. Like he never actually, he does exactly what you've just done. He's just like, just invented that. It's like, you haven't. You've just come up with an impossible idea. My little brother's exactly the same.
Oh, yeah, you're Jack.
Me dad, he didn't invent it. He prophesized Netflix when we were in the video shop. Like what was it? Video World, the one before Blockbuster.
I don't know, I'm just Blockbuster. How old are you?
Blockbuster, I'm 41.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Is that good?
No.
That was a good reaction,
Yeah.
that. Yeah, oh, sweet.
Yeah, like, yeah,
Thanks,
you
lads.
look
That was a
good for
nice
40
reaction.
you
that.
do look good
I
for
must-
41.
I must feel good, that.
Like, you're only 2 years
There
younger
you
than
go.
him.
There you go. That was always coming back round. That.
There's no need
I
for
could
that, was there?
feel it. I could feel
Dan,
it.
come on, man.
Dan looks
Like,
fucked.
You're the resident.
Take him into the fucking woodshed and shoot him in the head. But you, Kai, not half bad. This old flaky cunt.
I'm losing my hair a little bit, like I'm clinging on at the little bit
Are
of the
you?
back.
Oh, nightmare.
Yeah, I'm catching up.
Mate.
Kai, you're 20. How old are you, honey?
I can't believe Kai just heard that. Like, we're basically slagging Dan off via him, and he's like, hey, Dan, it's not all good. I'm losing me hair.
I'm losing my hair a little bit. So I could be your dad, like biologically.
That's 17 years, yeah. 17.
No, can. So I've in the video shop with my dad like many years back, and he was like, "Do you know one day we'll be able to just choose which film we want to watch off our TV, and you'll be able to just watch it."
Ah, shut up, you
And
mad old
he
bastard.
he sounded like a fucking dreamer.
Now get a short circuit too. We're going to have a fucking great Friday night.
I love Blockbuster.
Yeah, I used to love renting the games, me.
That was.
I used to love paying the fines. That was fun, wasn't it? That was good when you're like, hey, do you remember when you rented this for $3.95? Can I have 22 quid, you dickhead?
Do you not miss buying people music and films and stuff as well?
I bought him a Kenny
Christmas.
Rogers CD. Didn't fucking use it.
Christmas was a piece of piss when you had to buy people music and films.
It's
You bought-
outside. I went to the shop and he went, get me a surprise. So I got him a Kenny Rogers vinyl. And he hasn't taken it home yet.
Nah.
Oh, yeah, from your parents when you were like a teenager. Like
Yeah.
it was your third present. Was a CD.
Yeah.
They are now 42.
Do you remember the first song you either bought or had bought for you? Like the first single?
Right, out here, brothers. Boom, boom, boom.
let me hear say,
way,
way,
oh.
It's a soundtrack
what
about
a
it.
Sing our version.
The first CD that entered the house was Lionel Richie. When we're holding the CD like it's this fucking alien artifact. This Lionel Richie CD. I remember when we got the CD player.
Yours, Dan?
First DVD, I think, was
Just do the joke you want to do. Do the joke. Doris Day. We'll meet again.
Yeah, they'd side
Do you know what's really funny? Is nothing I can say will be funnier than the real answer.
No, he's told us before. It was.
Spandau Ballet, wasn't it?
You have told us before.
Mine was Burn by Usher, I think.
My first 3 singles were Little Less Conversation by Elvis when they re-released it, Burn by Usher,
Toy Soldiers by Eminem,
and then College Dropout, the album.
and Ghetto Gospel.
I can't remember my first CD because my first albums were on tape.
Don't remember the first.
yeah,
That's
but
what's killing me here.
But you know what? When I said Out Here Brothers, when they said the first song you ever bought, I was on about cassette there. That was a cassette, the Out Here Brothers. And you used to make mixtapes, and you'd put a little line, you'd draw a little line on the cassette where that song would start, so that you could like forward it to the line, so that would be where it started. You'd play games like that as well, the Spectrum and the. I am a lot older than you think. The Spectrum, you'd put the cassette in, but you'd get a pencil and you'd twist the tape to where it was, so
I
that
do
you could play that
remember
specific game.
tapes.
They took so long
Yeah,
to
in the
load
car
those
you had
games.
to have tapes.
They're also making a comeback, which is weird. I don't understand that.
It's because it's now retro.
Yeah,
I know, but
vinyl I understand though, because there's a sound
The sound, yeah.
quality thing.
I do love vinyl, to be honest.
And there's a pure
Still magic. I've seen
how it
how it
works.
works. I've
it's
looked
insane.
at it. I still don't understand it. It is magic. Not
I
having any
love
other
the
way.
vinyl player. It's great.
There's a shelf life to cassette in that, like, eventually it'll start, like, sounding a little bit distorted and then snap. And if it clogs up your, like, car stereo, you're fucking digging tape out of it. You would always find, like, fucking tape blown around the streets as well.
Yeah.
You just see that. You just fucking wrapped around a tree and that, wouldn't you? Cassette tape just everywhere.
That's just the end of our, like, consciousness, that, isn't it? That's, like, 7 years old or
I
something.
remember being in
6, 7.
the car, and my mum would go to shop, and I'd mess around with the tapes and the radio and stuff. Remember, I put her phone on Chinese. I put her phone on Chinese. Yeah, like, Joe, when you had like the phone that was in your glove compartment, like your
You
mobile.
put it in rice.
That's how you fixed it. And I changed all the channels. Joe, when you used to turn to a radio station and hold one, and it would make number 1, that radio station. I changed it all to the wrong ones and changed their phone to Chinese. And when she came back, she was like, I don't know how to change all these back. And I thought the world was over. I was like, I don't know how to change them back. She went, I can't read Chinese. I don't know how to get to the language setting. And the internet didn't exist. So I think she just had to buy a new phone.
Trying to learn Chinese. Your mum's now fluent in Mandarin, so she could use her phone.
Yeah. Isn't it mad? Because, you know, before when you were talking about, like, going on Tinder and making someone's phone, like, male, rather like looking at men, I nearly said the worst thing you can do to someone's phone is put it in Chinese, and then it just comes up 20 minutes later. It's mad, that. That's the universe, that.
But you couldn't change it back. Because now you go on YouTube and you go, this is how you do it because someone's done it before. Then she was like, I'm going to have to buy a new phone.
You ever heard the conspiracy theory about why you get
Or
songs?
find a Chinese
Yeah,
person.
go to a
Your mum
local
was like,
restaurant.
I couldn't possibly.
I'm not going to speak to them.
Just go down
You
the
ain't quite common in West Derby though, really.
What about the chippy?
That's a good point.
Yeah, maybe she did. I never asked again. I was dead sad. I thought I'm
Yeah.
broke. I thought I'm
May,
broke.
can you come out and have a look at this car, love? Have you ever heard the conspiracy theory about how you get songs stuck in your head that you haven't heard that day? It's because it's playing on the radio and your brain's intercepting the radio waves. And when you just get a song and you're like, and you're like, oh, where's that come
And
from?
what radio station is?
It's the scat station.
Scat Radio FM.
Jazz Cat FM. Love it. Big fan.
Do you believe that?
I saw that the other day, my mate was, I asked who sung a song, and he instantly got his phone out and told us, because that was just Shazamming in the background.
Yeah.
That's something I didn't know you could do. That, like, because Shazam's always a fanny on.
You can also sing to your phone, you know.
Can you?
Joe, if you go, what's that song you did? And if you sing to your phone, yeah,
But
you can work
like,
it out.
how good a singer do you have to be, but? Can you like, shock to the heart, and you're to blame? Would that work? Would that come
Google
up?
them lyrics, Kai. That'd be easier. But if you've got like a tune in your head, like, it'd be like, it's this song.
Back on Scat
I don't
FM.
think it'd get that.
What?
It wouldn't get that.
It
You've
does.
got to get it. It's got to be a well-known song, like.
Especially if you've just made up the song. What's that? Shazam? You're shit. You don't even know the songs I just made up. Fucking technology's rubbish.
you reckon if we got to a point where, like, because if it's picking up the sound of ambient music all the time and it's just constantly there on your phone, that means it's picking up words and shit. Do you think you could get to a point where it's going to transcribe every conversation you've had throughout the day?
Probably.
And you could call somebody out on an argument and go, and see, you said it there. You said it there.
that
And you're,
would
but
be
you're the dickhead
phenomenal.
that's pulling out your phone, so you lose.
Yeah. That's Black Mirror, though, isn't it? There's an episode of Black Mirror where you can replay any memory.
Right.
And they use it on each other. They're like, no, look, this
did
did
that.
happen. And it's just...
Like, I just can't gaslight anybody anymore.
We did it in Amsterdam. I went, let's test this. So the actor Eric Bana, we just spoke about him for 10 minutes, and then half an hour later on our TikTok was Eric Bana videos.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
I meant to tell you this. So the other day when we were sat in here recording the Patreon episode, patreon.com/haveawaypod, by the way.
www. By the way. Don't forget that. Vital bit of information. Good, that's where you'll end up.
We were talking about getting Dan to do GCSE, and I was going to do a maths one. I've had nothing but maths, GCSE questions and A-level questions on my TikTok.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? I quite like it though, because like, oh, it's scary. It's like, no, just give me the shit I want to learn.
And also, it's doing it. Like,
it's like-
there's nothing you can just stop it.
Yeah.
If it's giving you stuff that you want, like fucking snowboarding equipment in January or whatever, right? If it's doing stuff like that, it's like someone breaking into your house and tidying up, where you feel violated, but you're like, cheers, bud.
It helped.
Yeah.
There's no disadvantage to it.
No, if you just have it on your Instagram for like, oh yeah, I do like that brand.
China's getting all your data. They can have it.
Yeah. Or if you're doing the right thing with me data and you're providing us with shit that I want to look at,
Yeah.
then like
I won't go to China.
Nice one.
Should we do a have a word and get the fuck out of here?
It's time to have a word with Adam and Dan. Tell us
haveawordpod@gmail.com. We're going to go with this one. Stacey says, wag wag lids, I need you to have a word with my boyfriend Rob. We had a chat the other day where he basically sat me down and said he couldn't keep spending loads of money on me and picking up the meals when we go out because he doesn't have enough money. The problem is, the week later, he spent £500 on a Lego Millennium Falcon. Apparently, I'm less important than some embarrassing child's toy. Have a word with him, please, lads, and tell him to get his priorities straight. And that's from Stacey.
You think there, Kai?
I think she's got a valid point. Like, if you get, but
Can't men have fun? Ever?
but if he's clawing back on eating out so that he can have a hobby,
Yeah.
then that's like, you have to, if you want the thing, you'd have to make sacrifices in other parts of your life. She's been a bit butthurt that she's the sacrifice.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough, but
But is
like-
she the sacrifice, or is it just expensive meals that's the sacrifice? Because apparently
Yeah,
he saves 500 quid in a week. So how often were they going out?
A lot.
Sorry, babe, we can't have that 7th Michelin star restaurant today. We have to give Millennium
because I can have a really nice time when my missus just fucking chefing on and having something in the house.
Yeah.
Like, you're having a nice night there, aren't you? It's
Yeah.
not about the being out dressing nice, like being served.
And while you've got a break in the cooking, you can make your Millennium Falcon at the side.
Yeah, put the spuds on, build the roof.
And also the
roof first,
roof down the Millennium Falcon.
There's no roof on the Millennium Falcon.
There's also something a little bit like that man's looking after his mental health. There's like a mindfulness to the Lego, like you're fucking doing something that's focusing your mind that you're enjoying. That's like encourage that.
Yeah.
They haven't compete with his hobby, man. There's no competing with
What
a hobby.
she should do is she should
But-
go, oh, you do that, and you know what, tonight I'll take us out.
Yeah. From my experience as well, if you said to most like women I've dated, would you rather go out 5 nights a week and eat in 2, or go eat in 5 and just go out to 2?
Aye,
They'd much
option B.
rather eat in 5 and go out to 2, or 1 or whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
it ceases being an occasion then if you're making it a daily thing.
totally. And also, look on the bright side. He could be buying smack.
Mm-hmm.
He could be addicted to smack. At least he's only addicted
Aye,
to
but
He
Lego.
could be
If
trying
you
to shag
accident-
your sister. He's
Yeah.
making Star Wars Lego.
He could be using that money to buy guns to sell to kids in the local area. He isn't. He's buying Lego.
He could be contributing to war crimes nationally in
the
geopolitical fight.
But you'd rather stand on a fucking heroin spoon than you'd rather stand on a bit of Lego. So
Could be tried for
Maybe
war
spoons
crimes
down
in The
there.
Hague. And then you're never going to see him. Are you? Selfish, Stacey.
Priorities, Stacey, whatever your name is. His name's Stacey.
I think you should have just bought like a TIE fighter and went out for some food. Little meet in the middle. Just buy an X-wing and gone out twice.
Maybe he was going to get like the full fucking Hogwarts, and he scaled that back so that he could
Oh,
cook her a
that-
nice steak in a week or
He's
two.
picked a different film.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, Hogwarts from Star Wars. Not a lot of people know about it. It's hidden in there.
It's always in the background, but it is there.
I'd love an At Walker.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
A what? An
that's
At
the one
Walker?
from Return of the Jedi.
Then you should deny your wife a couple of holidays and get one.
Big one, that.
It's a cheap holiday, but yeah, I'd love
Dan,
one.
you do realise you're an adult, you can buy one.
I can't hide it from her.
Why would you want to hide it?
She'll know it's there.
But you've got a garden office that you don't let it in.
What? Where have you got that from?
I didn't think Laura's ever been in there.
Is she not banned from the garden office?
There's a sign on the door saying no women allowed.
Oh, yeah.
I put it there. Does Laura ever go in your garden office?
Oh,
That's not a euphemism, by the way.
I take her at the garden office regularly. Yeah. Tell you what she doesn't do. She doesn't go in there to clean it.
No, what would you do if you came home and she was rummaging around your garden office? Would you have an issue?
Building an AT&T in your garden office.
Honestly, it's probably one of the only things that would make me feel nervous because you bought me a vagina for
you binned
Christmas. I think it's in the garden office.
Oh, binder.
He's buried it in the garden, so like it's just the holes
the floor.
exposed, so you could fuck
I
the
bought him a
floor.
flashlight for
Yeah.
Christmas.
And he's actually like trimmed the lawn around it to give it like a little bit of foliage.
Did it say how long they've been together?
No.
I can see this from both sides, you know. The communication
I
thing.
can see it
this.
from both sides. You know,
I think you should be paying her a bit of attention and looking after her, but like also she should be like appreciating his hobbies and that he's
Build it together.
I don't think any girl wants to be told, hey, we've got to really wind this in now. Come on. You're yes, you're fit. Yes, you're beautiful. You knocked me off, Stacey. Phenomenal blowjobs. But you need to really wind your neck in. Austerity from now on. Now, hang on. I'm going to go and play with my Millennium Falcon.
I don't think they should build it together though.
yeah. Right, not all good. I'm off for a wank.
Going to give myself a Han Solo.
Don't do that again.
Tell you what. Lovely little bit of wordplay.
I liked it like a wank.
Look, I just think, you know, in the modern era of the world, yeah,
Yeah.
like a very common thing, even with not staunch, just like softline feminists, is hey, just because he bought you dinner,
The voice.
doesn't mean that you've
voice.
got to suck his cock.
They're just piss
Right?
scouse feminists.
Voice.
I tell you what, my feminism doesn't include fucking Lego.
But that's the thing, innit? Just because he bought you dinner doesn't mean you need to get your arsehole out. That's like what they say.
I've seen the stickers. We were down in Brighton on Thursday. There's posters up there. Just
Feminist
because he's
posters?
bought you a Nando's, don't get your chocolate starfish out, sister.
But it doesn't mean not to. It doesn't
Just
mean not
because
to.
he's took you to Bella d'Italia for a 3-course meal doesn't mean you have to show him your pussy in the rain.
Big
right?
sticker this.
Pussy in the rain. Pussy in the rain.
Why in the rain?
I tell you what, I've just paid for this 3-course bill to tell you. You think I'm waiting to see your pussy? The fucking bus is late. You get it out there at the bus stop. Like that. Big wet pussy.
But
Rainbow coming out of it.
it's a two-way street. Just because she has shown you her pussy and let you touch it doesn't mean you have to buy her dinner.
Nah.
Right.
There's stickers on reverse.
Cool.
Put it on in windows so you can see both sides.
Whoa.
Just
I think the
'cause she
lesson
got
is...
an arsehole out after Bella d'Italia doesn't mean you don't deserve a Millennium Falcon tomorrow.
Brother. No, and the lesson is, whether you're a feminist or you're regressive, just don't go to Bella d'Italia. It's shite.
Yeah, God, there's much better Italians in city centres.
Hey. Thanks for speaking for women. So good, isn't it? It's so good because I think a lot of our female listeners appreciate it when we just nail their voice. Hey, you speaking for women here. Don't have to get your pussy out, sweetheart, just because he's bought you a garlic bread and cheese.
I mean, that is all women.
Fact.
It's all women.
Anyway,
Hey,
So
what's
thanks
your
for that,
social
Stacey.
handles, Kai?
My social handles at Kai Humphries. I got my own name. It's an uncommon one.
Class.
At Kai Humphries.
Kai Humphries
I
dot-
think there's an underscore in there on TikTok. I think there
Okay.
is. Kai Humphries TikTok. www.tiktok.com.
But go and find Kai. He's a
Yeah.
phenomenal comic. Go and see him on tour.
And I do a podcast with Daniel Sloss called Sloss and Humphries on the Road, which is like a tour journal. We take the podcast with us on tour. We're not on tour together right now, so we're doing it with alternating guests and occasionally meeting up in the middle and doing one together. So it's ongoing.
and it's superb. And we
thanks.
close out these episodes with a little bit of music on the audio Fingerman.
Yes, my gig's still on sale. Links in
is
the
it?
description.
He's always trying to sell something, isn't he? Just give people content. Go on.
Also, my single's out next week. New single, Outskirts. You can appreciate
I took
that.
you to Bella Italia. Why didn't I see your pussy at the bus stop? I took you to... Is that it? The gist of it?
I did play it for you in the
Yeah,
car.
that's
That was
nice,
it,
yeah.
This week's band is Sleeping Together, and this is their tune Daisy from their debut EP. It's really good.
Go on, Adam.
Have you got that mixed up the wrong way? Is the band called Daisy and the song's called Sleeping Together?
No.
Okay.
Adam.
Go on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for putting up with us tonight. We are your support act. We are called Sleeping Together. This first one, Daisy.
Come on,
That's
Bella
always
Italia,
the
let's
support
see you.
as well. They're never the headliners. It's always
Correct.
the support.
My dad's the promoter. They're next week's band.